Let's see. The only way I could truly tell is go to my channel and see if it pops up there. Oh, my channel. So we need to make this live. What's that?
For what? I'll put that like that? Yo, you smart, man. You're the MVP, man. Your little ghetto stand is like popping.
That's it. Or on that side, because look, you're not really using that side.
That's what it was. It wasn't tight.
Like that one.
Like that should be fine.
No, put on that side, because you're using that side.
Sitting live on my channel, man.
But the keyboard's gonna be uncomfortable for you.
Oh, bro.
Only because I'm used to being like that.
Put this on that side.
It's so good. There shouldn't be much that I gotta like look up or research or anything. Everything that we talk about, we pretty much is off experience, so it's not nothing that we have to Google or anything like that. It's dope that all the sites picked it up.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
it's on every site, bro. Every site. Soul Collector, Sneaker News, I believe, picked it up. Yeah.
Damn.
The fact that they released those fours, right, clearance, which is crazy because that was a big release. You know what I'm saying? We've already gotten that product. We got that product like a month ago.
Yeah.
But it like the pairs was select. You know
I have my theory, and I'm gonna wait till
I'm eager to hear your theory because I have like a little theory of my own, but we'll see where it all stands. Yeah, where you from, bro?
Originally, I was born in Barbados, but I moved to New York. Then I moved to Florida.
Where in Florida you at?
I'm in Ocala.
Ocala.
Yeah.
Not that bad.
All right, so this is and on air now. Let me see if I can make this out of control. Trying to see if we can make this go live. So there you go. We're on private. I think we should be live right now. Let me check my channel. There you go. All right, we in the building. Say something, Zay.
Testing. Y'all hear us? Testing.
All right, cool. It's a little delay. Yeah. It's a little delay. Yeah, we lost all those viewers, but we'll get them back, man. That's how I'll come back through. So, let me close this out. All right. So you
clean up the workstation while people get in.
What's up?
I say clean up the workstation while everybody's strolling back in from the other one.
Yeah, right.
It's crazy how you gotta like shut down rooms and put rooms up, and
exactly.
Now people gotta find another link. And
bro, I even changed, bro. I was getting hot. I was getting tight with that damn sweater on, trying to figure this shit out, bro.
That's just a pain in the ass, man.
For real, man.
You got me concerned because I haven't gone live like that. Like y'all using Google Hangouts. I use like another program.
Oh,
it's like a different program that's on my computer, and it streams directly with YouTube.
Oh, nice.
But, yeah.
What's
but the
called?
Google Hangouts, I've always heard of people having issues. It's called OBS.
Okay, I heard that. Yes, I did.
Yeah. So OBS, it'll stream directly through OBS with mics and everything, and it'll send the information straight to the screen.
That's what's up. I might look into that.
The Google's, yeah. I think that's actually like honestly like a much better way anyway.
I'm trying to see how. All right, my chat is there. Ain't nobody. Oh, 9 people. All right, we got 9 people in the building. But yo, let's get this popping. What's popping, homies? This is your boy Frank Nitty, back in the building, doing my second podcast with the big homie Zay. So, Zay, introduce yourself.
What's good, y'all, man? Y'all already know. Zayax for the people that are strolling in that are coming from me. To the new people, salute. I've been doing it for a while, just talking shoes, talking shit. One thing I always tell people is, I don't really take like stuff offensively. So you shouldn't take it offensively from me. Obviously, one of my last videos was me addressing something, and it was only because I was calling someone for something wrong. So I consider you my peoples. If I'm doing something wrong and you know that I'm doing something wrong, then you say it. You know what I mean? So for the new people, don't take nothing offensively. And hopefully we have a nice little good podcast.
Most def. It's only entertainment, people. It's only entertainment, man. But
and it's real information. You know what I'm saying?
Real, right? Present.
Present information, man.
Present information. But we're gonna get into that a little bit later, man. But first, we're gonna take it back like 3-4 years, man. Like I told you, I was talking to the homie, man, just for kicks, and he was telling me how y'all both came up on the grind doing YouTube back in the days when the biggest subscriber was like 15,000, 25,000.
Yo, you had that. You was the man, bro. You was the man.
That's what's up, man. So tell me about that, man. What got you into YouTube and when you started?
Honestly, so the whole YouTube thing, I kind of like fumbled on it. What I was doing was I used to take pictures of the sneakers that I collected. So, you have your collection with you and stuff like that. But, I always said, well, when that shoe no longer exists or I don't have it no more, I want to at least have like a photo of it, showing what I've had before. So I think my computer crashed like twice and I started realizing that I was losing the photos. So I wasn't able to keep none of the photos. So then that's when like MySpace was around and shit. And you could load up photos and stuff like that. So I would do it through there. And then finally someone told me, yo, why don't you just record like a video of the shoe and then you could just load it up to YouTube.
All right.
The server's on there. You'll always have some sort of record of it. And you know what I'm saying? Like, at least you'll be able to keep track of that. So I was like, all right, cool. And then I don't know what the proper word is, but like, I'm the type that I actually like to hear myself talk. So I was like, fuck it. I'll just get in the video and talk about the shoe a little bit.
Narcissistic, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. I think that's what it is. But I was like, I'll just take a video of it. You know what I'm saying? I'll be in the video kind of talking my shit to myself. And then I'll just load it up. And I used to just keep them on private.
All right.
So I never really had a channel. But I had a shitload of videos. So it was just me talking to myself. Yeah. And I think I messed up one time and I put one on public.
Yeah.
And I left, like, me not thinking, because I'm not thinking nothing's public.
Mm-hmm. And
I don't think Twitter was really popping at that time. Nor was Snapchat wasn't even nowhere near around. And I don't think Instagram was popping either. So it would just have to be people in the comments saying, yo, who's this guy? Or, what's this video? Or so and so. And yeah, little by little from there, I guess you get that one person that'd be like, yo, dope video.
Yeah.
You like,
I could do this. I could do this. For real. Yo, I'm on it.
Yeah. So, one thing led to another, and I did a bunch of videos, and I guess I got popular in a certain aspect, and it felt good, and, I just had fun with it. And, now it's like, it's crazy now, like the people that are doing shit with it now.
So what year you think this was when you was loading all those videos on YouTube? Like this back in like 08, 09?
I would say so. What's the I would only know
MySpace was popping back in like early 2000.
Matter of fact, the release of the Space Jams. That was when
that was 09. That was 09.
09. Because that was like the second video, or the first or second video.
Yo, I got a story about those Space Jams, man. Where were you when you copped those?
Space Jams, it's funny. So I was dating a girl at the time, and I guess like she wanted to go out or some shit like that, and I wanted to camp, bro. Like I needed those Space Jams. Mm-hmm. And it's weird because I'm not really like a huge Jordan fan, but there are some ones that I fuck with. And Space Jams at that time, it was like, yo, I gotta get that.
Got it.
So at the time I didn't have no car, and I told Shorty that I couldn't go with her wherever ever, and I had to camp for the shoe, and she was tight, bro. So I actually spent the majority of the night walking to the mall because I lived mad far from the mall.
Which mall was this?
This was Fashion Square Mall.
Yo, I was there.
I was there, bro. Yeah. So Fashion Square Mall, and the thing is,
that release, right?
Yeah. I lived right outside of Bowen Park, so it's a pretty distance. You know what I'm saying? Like
it is.
It's decent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember getting there and just being just hot and just, but getting in line and almost
Champs. I think that's
it was Champs at the end.
But,
at the very end, that Champs
big.
is not there no more. It's just a wall. Nah, it's just a wall now.
Man, it's right by the steps.
I think there is a Champs there, but it's on the other side. It's not against the steps like it used to be. During that release, it was on the steps.
Bro, that's
because I remember sitting on the steps.
How many pairs you copped that day?
Only one. Only one. Yeah.
Same story. Shorty, she wanted me to have that shoe for Christmas. So that was her present to me. And I was like, yo, so I went with her to stay in line. We was there like 5:00 that evening. Yeah. And we went in line. We were still, probably like 15th in line. And then
damn, I don't remember what number I was.
I don't remember either. I'm guesstimating because you know what I'm saying, just from the distance from how they had us lined up. We was really close, but not, wasn't the first. And she went in and I was like, yo, while I'm here, I might as well just get me a pair. So I bought myself a pair, she bought me a pair. So I had two. But here's the thing though, I returned my pair here in Ocala. Because I was like, at the time, I was like, who needs two pairs of Jordans?
Nobody needs two pairs.
I remember taking it back to the store and it was like, yo, you sure? I was like, yeah. I was get my money back. Are you sure? I was like, bro, let me get my money back, yo. You can have this. I already got a pair. And nevertheless, man, I don't got that shoe no more.
Yo, so let's say you would have kept both. You think you would have unds both of them by now?
Yeah, that at that time. Here's the thing. The story with that is I did rocking casually, and then I was still hooping, and I was still on my ground basketball. So I slowly started taking them outside, and it started indoors, and then I started taking my son. I knew at that point there was no going back, so I would have quickly undelete. And this would have been 2000 when we moved back. I moved back to Orlando, 2011. So if I would have used that pair, it would have been around 2011, 2012. So it would have been unds clearly.
Damn. Yeah. That's the only Jordan I think I feel the same way about is black cement threes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And in all honesty, like I feel like maybe like grabbing like an extra two just in case.
Yeah.
Because I kind of did this last time the black cement threes released. Because when they released last time, another shoe I got at Fashion Square, the print was fucked up on the back. Like the prints weren't matching on the shoes. That was like a problem at that time with the black cements in that release.
That was the Jumpman with the air though, right?
I believe so. Yeah. And the print was just not the same. Like it was looking weird to the point where a lot of people were returning them back.
Wow. And it's serious when people like, yo.
And I returned a few pairs because I had like maybe like 3-4 pairs and I returned them. And then after like, I want to say maybe like 7-8 months, because it took a little bit.
Yeah.
7-8 months, it was just like now the only pair that I'm finding is 3-something. And I'm like, what? Like, how is that? Like people were returning them. People didn't even want these. How is this now, $325? And when I started looking around, it was kind of hard to find. And it was like 180. 180 on black cements. Yeah, it's low. It's not the 200. It's not above 200.
No, I thought it was below than the 190. Because back then,
I might have said it was like 180, 175. Damn, what year was that? But yeah, and I couldn't find no pairs, bro. So I'm a little shook because I know that they released and they were pretty easy to get. And I know there's a few pairs around there. I got one that I'm beating up, bro. Like, I think I rocked it like 25 days straight.
Damn.
For at least some part of the day. Even if I wasn't stunting on like Instagram or anything like that, like it was 100% that I rocked that shoe sometime during that day.
Yo, the drop November 25th for 160, 2000.
Oh, they were 160? That's crazy.
Yeah, because I know back then, because remember those Space Jams, I think run us about 200. They weren't the.
Yeah, and that's when they first started that whole Christmas vibe, and when they was gonna release an 11 for Christmas and shit like that. Yeah,
exactly. And speaking of multiple pairs, man, how do you feel about doubling up? I just did a video recently about all the pairs I have that's double. Like the black cement threes is your thing. Mine is the Jordan 1 bands. I got 2 pairs. And I rock them, well, one at a time right now, one's still DS. But I feel like at first I was like, nah, it ain't no purpose. And obviously that story told you, it's clearly a purpose because you beat them up. And then now, you asked out. I got paid $400 if I want that shoe again. You know what I mean? But
that's true. Damn.
Like,
so it's funny. I just bought my man's pair. Like, he's talking about he was selling it. I was like, what, blacksmith threes, 11.5? Dog, I'll take those. Just slide them over here. whatever you need the bread for, bro, I'll give it to you. You know the shoes.
It's going good hands.
It's in good hands, bro.
Yeah.
So now,
wow,
now I feel a little better.
So you got 2 pairs right now.
I got the one pair that is definitely beat. Like it's we're gonna go a little bit more maybe, and then I'm gonna start seeing like heel drag and shit.
Damn.
I'm beating them shits up, and I'm doing everything. Like you know, my homegirl asked me to do some shit in her attic, and I like took off my shirt, switched my shirt. She like, you ain't gonna switch your shoes? I was like, nah, I'm going to the attic and black cement threes. Yo, so I'm using this shit for everything.
Yo, besides, I know you said you ain't like Jordans, because I remember watching one of your first videos, man. You had like a whole bunch of dunks. I remember the video too. There was a video that Just for Kicks, he went to your crib and he was trying to get you back on YouTube, and you had all your shoes in the corner, and then you was busting them out one by one. And you're right, you didn't have much Jordans. You were just showing like some dunks. And I remember watching a recent video of yours too, where you was talking about shoes that you have 2 or 3 pairs of.
Yeah, I think about the only thing right now, like to be honest, there's only 2 shoes that I have doubles. And that's the black cement threes and Nike SB Dr. Huxtables.
That's what. Okay, Dr. Huxtables.
That's it. Yeah, only those 2.
Okay.
Anything else is like, I don't know. Like, what? Like, do you talk about numbers? Do numbers bother you? Like when people ask you how many shoes you have?
Nah, I don't even know. So it doesn't. I don't even care.
What would you if you had to guess?
Shit. So the way I calculate, I got shoes in the garage right now, just sitting that I rock, that I haven't put on my feet in a year. There's about 50 pairs there. Behind me, the wall that's 9 feet tall, 9 feet across. Well, in those cases, so 9 times 9 was that 81.
81.
Yeah.
So you got damn
over
near
150.
You got over 100 shoes. That's for certain 100%. Really? So I think at my highest, I think I was at like 350. And this is before cases, bro. Like this was like shoes in boxes, and there was like some shoes out of boxes and stuff like that. And then like I just realized that it was just sad. Like the shoes were just in a box. They're never getting worn. They're never getting used. They don't see the light of day. And I didn't really have time to rock shoes like that because I was working a job that required boots. So 5 days out the week, I'm damn near in my crib right after work. You only going out on Saturday and Sunday. God forbid you get a shoe you want to wear it twice or 3 times in a month. All the other shoes looking at you like, yo, who is this? Yeah, I'm supposed to get burned today.
Yeah,
and so I downsized heavy. Yeah, and even now I look and I'm like, shit, I got a lot of shoes, and I'm probably like at least 120, 130.
120 right now.
Man.
Yeah, that's tough, bro. Right? It's like when you have choices, man. It is a hard decision, man, because this shoes. Like I can remember, it was crazy. I can remember shoes that I haven't worn in so long, but I don't remember the shoes I rocked recently. For example, the UNC ones. I remember rocking that shoe when my wife was pregnant. She already had a baby. My son's about to be a year next week. I haven't rocked that shoe since she was pregnant. So that's over 9 months, and that's definitely a year. And I remember visually, and I just had a trip. My oldest son came down. And I remember I said, let me bust these out, and I took them on the train or whatever. So that was the first time. So I remember like shoes I don't wear, but I don't remember. Like I can't tell you what I wear last week. So what I do though, if you look behind me, is a pair of shoes and the cut. What I do is I keep all the shoes I put on that day. I keep them there as a reminder.
Oh, that's dope, bro.
The Air Max. So I take my.
So I was thinking that the other day, and I was like, damn, should I start like maybe like twisting how I put them in just to signify that I wore them, or like. I'm pretty sure your wall is kind of organized from like model and shit like that. So I was thinking just starting from the corner and just cycling out all the shoes. And as I wear them, cycle them to the front. And then I'll kind of get through it all.
Do that like rotation?
Something. Yeah. Almost like to mess it up in a way to have something to fix. Because it's like they kind of sit there and like at least you can see them now. I'm from the age when they just had boxes, like all the box. And
I was there.
It was wild because like I think Just has complained about this. I know a couple of other friends have complained about this. Like people would come through and scoop me up to like, go to the bar, go drink, do anything. And they'd be in my crib 30, 40 minutes, 50 minutes. And they'd be like, yo, Zay, what are you doing, bro? Like, and I wouldn't know. Yeah, you would be finding shoes like, oh shit, I didn't even know I had these. Yeah. That's horrible. Yeah, that's horrible. Cause that means like they just sitting there, like you don't even get to like, take them out. You just don't got time. No. So the clear cases made it better. But
It did. I was reluctant at first just because the price.
The price is what gets you. It's not the actual container, because the container's dope. The price is what gets you.
It's like $10 because you think
I did it cheap to begin with. I did it the cases from Walmart, but then they had like the top that you had to pop on.
Okay.
And I would have like friends that come over and they look at the wall of shoes, and I could see that they would want to like pull one out from the bottom, but they already knew that you had to come and move all the cases and shit.
Yeah, so yo,
they don't ask, but they give that look like they want to see it and shit.
Yeah. That was
that shit just made it like, wow, you can just pop that bitch open.
That's what's up. That's good, man. And it's my problem now. So it's not wearing the shoes, because I'm consciously of trying to rock shoes. And I don't know, you probably feel this, and people in the chat, man, y'all let me know if y'all can relate, man. There's certain shoes like you just ain't gonna bust out to go to Walmart. Like you ain't just gonna go and chill at your friend's house, play some matting. You know what I'm saying? There's some shoes like I got this guy, I gotta save this for like, you know what I'm saying, for a banger, whatever. Whether you're going on an anniversary date or whatever the case is, you got occasion type shoes. And I feel like all my Jordan ones is occasion. I mean, I got some stuff where I don't mind throwing on, who cares? But there's so many more occasional shoes for me than it is casual. It's hard. So what I have now is come up with a scheme that if I'm walking, because I walk every day. So what I do is I get up out my house, I'm throwing on Air Maxes. So that's how my Air Maxes get play. If I'm going out to do maybe a outlet video, if I'm go shopping, Jordan 1s. And then if I got some like if I'm going to watch a fight or something, I'm throwing on the miscellaneous, the Jordan 7s, the cement. So that's my strategy right now. How I can get my shoes worn. So it kind of sucks when I got to undress a pair of shoes just to go, you know what I'm saying, to do an outlet. But that's the only way I can wear my shoes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real.
But yo, man, I know a lot of people are here. Yo, we're gonna get to the meat and potatoes, man. Yo, I promise you guys, we're gonna talk about this Nike outlet. Nate, well, I don't even know what you want to call it, extravaganza. Freaking, yo, it was crazy. But I'm gonna pause for a minute. Give us like 10 more minutes. We'll jump into that because I'm sure that can take majority of our time. But so a few more questions I want to ask Zay leading up to that, man. So right now, so we talked about the Jordan, like, you're not a big fan of Jordans, you like the dunks, you know what I'm saying? You got what you have, had over 300 something.
I think I've gotten over the Jordan thing though. It's funny because I think Just used to go through a phase where he wasn't really rocking with J's, and he rocks with J's heavy now. But J's, I don't know. There's a bunch of dope colorways that have come out that have definitely made it worth looking at.
Yeah.
And the thing is with like Nike SBs now, like they don't have no cushion in the actual like heel part that they used to have, and that's kind of the stuff that was like attracting me to that shoe. That it had like that cushion. I like the low tops. Yeah. The tongues were mad fat.
Yeah.
So little by little they got rid of the fat tongues. And they still had a bunch of dope colorways and the cushioning, and so it's still attracting me. But now there's no cushioning in it. So now I don't really rock with SBs. Yeah. So not really being able to grab from that kind of opens up me thinking, I can get some J's now. You know what I mean? So, but I've gotten a few J's, and then what attracts me is, obviously the people that are familiar with this channel. You've done a few videos on Nike IDs being released, and I'm glad you've done that because people never really believe me.
Oh, really?
Be like, how is it that you could get a Nike ID for that price? Or not even. Sometimes it's not even the price. People be like, no, that's impossible. You can't get a Nike ID at clearance. That's something that you only get online. And I be wanting to tell them, like, don't get me wrong, they're returns.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Like, all it is,
like it's fucked up my name.
Yeah, my name's fucked up, or it didn't cut. Sometimes you gotta remember some people still have like old computers. Mm-hmm. So the red on the computer, it may not be the red that comes.
Yeah.
And then they don't like it, you know what I'm saying? And they send it back, and it's people whose payments get canceled out.
That's true. So actually we're gonna dive into the outlet part of it, man. We're gonna dive into the outlet part of it. You're a big component of the outlet, man. Like, there's multiple outlets I've been to. I've seen you in there. I also never conversed with you, but I remember seeing you at the international joint, definitely at the Kissimmee joint. I'll tell you a quick story about that Nike outlet. I remember, I think she may still work there. I hope I ain't calling her out, man. Isabella. She used to work at the premium outlet, the one by I4. Because both of them are premium, right? The one that's later by.
So it used to be premium and prime, and then for some odd reason, they just switched it to both premium. I don't know how that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I think we call it Vineland and International.
Okay.
So International is over there and Vineland's over by my way.
That's what's up. Okay, buying it, and that's international. I could rock with that. So one day I was in there just this is back in 2014, 15. So quick note, similar to you, Zay. I never was rocking with Jordans, man. My first pair of Jordans was from an outlet back in early 2000. My homeboy, he had a Connect there, and he got me some was it 16s? I can't remember, man. That's how I got them for $40. So cool. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? That was my first pair of J's. And I was, like I said, I was playing ball. I was playing ball on Iversons and whatnot. It wasn't Jordans, man. It wasn't until this last 4 or 5 years where, you know what I'm saying, my cheddar got to that level where, you know what I'm saying, I could afford a splurge. So I started buying J's here and then. I found out I like Jordan 1. So I remember walking into that Nike outlet on International and talking to this girl. At that time, I was collecting a lot of basketball shorts, man. I still was on my Irishenish. I was still going to, you know, I was going to be hooping, but she was like, I was like, yo, I'm here to buy shorts. She goes, man, you always in here to buy shorts. I said, that's all I care about. Ain't nothing. She goes, you like shoes? I said, buy shoes. That's it. She goes, man, you need to get some basketball shoes. I was like, but you guys never have anything. Plus, I don't really wear Jordans like that. She goes, well, you should check Semi. They be having Nike IDs. And I was like, what do you mean? She explained it to me. So, true story. I said, she goes, the only thing is you don't know when they're going to drop. So I'm like, all right. So it was like 2 weeks later, just random. I was like, let me go out there to see what's happened. I went out there. There was a line. So the way it was.
You know what I think is the dopest part is that, we've been in multiple lines together and not even.
Not even know exactly, right?
Because if you was in that line, I definitely was in that line.
Yeah. So I even got pictures of this. So this is I'll tell you who I think that cat that was in your one video. You had a video where you was at Shoe Palace. That dude, I think I saw him in there that day. I don't know if he's been rocking with you since then. This was around 2015.
There's a lot of people that have come and go. I tell you.
Okay.
But like if you see people in my videos and I'm chatting with them, then what I always say is I may not be someone's best friend, but I am an associate to most people in the general area.
Got it.
What I'm saying, like, if you're trying to do business with someone, like, make sure you clear it with me. Like, don't ever go based on, yo, Zay's my man's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Zay's your man's.
Nah, I like that. Yeah, that's
Just hit me, and I'll let you know if the person.
Yeah, exactly. Let me establish our relationship.
Yeah.
But so I'm only reflecting based on that one video I saw, because back then, 2014, 2015, who knows? I was a rookie, bro. Yeah. I was freshman Nitty. I walked in there, I saw people lining up. So I literally was like, I'm curious. I don't know who to talk to. You know what I'm saying? I'm new. I'm green. Like, yo. Yeah. So this one girl was like, oh, they lined up for the Nike IDs. And the light bulb went off. I was like, yo, this is what that girl told me. I said, where do I go? She goes, you just pick a line. At the time, they had a line. When you walk into the store, you got the left for the smaller sizes. And then if you walk straight to the back, they would, because the middle row is where they be putting it, right?
Yeah.
So I was probably like number 5. So what it did is, it's crazy. They had the extensions on both sides. So you had a line in the front and a line in the back wall. And they plopped the extensions, and people already knew. So I guess what they did, people already visualized.
People already eyeballing what they want, bro.
Give you an idea of the shoes they had the Kyrie IDs. That's what the green joints.
That wasn't that long ago.
Huh?
That wasn't that long ago, because there's only 4 Kyrie models.
Exactly. So that's like I said, it was 2014, 2015.
That's crazy.
I'll tell you, out of that pack, this so funny, man. There's one cat. I know you know him because now we became cool. You was chatting with them the line of release, which we'll get to the Travis Scott release. The black dude, I forget his name, but he was there. I remember he asked me because I was
tall.
New. Like, what's his name?
Tall dude.
Tall dude, yeah. He resells shoes, man. I forget his name, man. But if I see him, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm talking about. But I remember he asked me specifically. He's like, "Yo, what you getting?" I was like, at that time I had some Jordan Sub-Zeros, whatever they called, man. It was like a low end model, and they had some Spizikes. I still got those Spizikes. Matter of fact, I had 2 of those in the hand. Then they allow you one signature shoe, right? So I went up there. My first signature shoe was the LeBrons. It was a LeBron 12s, Nike ID maroon joints. Cool, got it. Took it to the car. Came back. He's like, "Yo, they don't know you, man. You can probably go in the line and get another pair." I say word. Yo, Nike, if you guys
when they don't know you, you good. You live up in it.
So Nike employees, man, if y'all watching this, man, this is before probably any of you guys been working there, bro. So you know what I'm saying? I don't do this now, but what I did is I went back in the line. He said, "Yo, grab those Kobe's for me." I grabbed those Kobe's and they had a size 11. It was his Kobe 10s. Nike ID still got them joints to this day. So you know how that story went. He told me to grab them for him. I looked at him, I was like, bro, I'm gonna have to keep these, bro. So I had a flake on him. I had a flake on him.
He was tight. He was tight.
I bet, yo.
But that's how it is, man. Like, you know, like the problem is that like when you like shoes, something like IDs is attractive because of the price point. You know, the price point is so low.
Tell me the price, because I don't think I disclosed that.
So on a regular shoe, which you're talking about your Air Maxes and things like that, you go in $39.99 plus tax. You're never going to catch it on a 30% off. Even if the store says that it's 30% off footwear, don't even dare ask if it's 30% off IDs, because they're going to tell you, fuck no. It's $39.99. That's it, plus the tax. Yo. And then now what they do is they take the signatures and they amped up the price. Ooh. So everything used to be $39.99. Yeah. Now it's not like that. So if you grab a LeBron, a Kyrie, and listen, some Kyries don't even be selling. There be some dope Kyrie colorways too that come through.
Yeah.
They even mark those $59.99. So $59 on the
box though?
They'll never give you the box. And
yeah, you're right.
You know what? I know that you have a decent platform, so I definitely want to get this information out because a lot of people get this twisted. A Nike ID box is simply a black box that says Nike ID on it. It has no label, no nothing. So when you go in hard body that you like, yo, I want to box this. Listen, Nike will never send those boxes because they're how would you say, they're generic boxes. You can put any shoe in there. It's not like they got to make labels for it. So they don't got to make labels for that box. So they're never going to put a label on it. It saves them money. It saves them costs. Remember, the shoes are returns, so there's no point in sending it with a box. It just makes no sense. So he'll be able to show you now. It's a black box. It simply says Nike. Look, it's a Nike on there, and it probably says Nike ID in the corner. That's it. That's the box.
That's it.
No big deal.
Nah. So you could move on.
So it's all in the shoe. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, again, a lot of my shoes, I maybe got a few Jordans, I maybe got a few older SBs, but the majority of my shoes are Nike IDs, mainly because it's a 99% chance that if me and you are in the same room and we trying to flex, more than likely you don't have the shoes that I have on.
Nah, of course not.
You know what I'm saying? With Jordans, you take a chance. With anything, you take a chance because you have the ability to get it also.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, one of the worst things to ever happen to me, bro. Like, on a date with fly shorty, bro. Fly. Bro, I sit down and we about to eat dinner, and no lie, bro. The dude next to me sits down with his girl, and he's got the same exact outfit I got on, bro. To the point where the dinner was just dumb awkward. Like, everything stopped. And I was just like, and from then on, I never, ever, ever cop shit on release day. So I don't cop the shirt on release day. I don't cop the shorts, none of that shit. I might cop the shoes, that's it. But I don't cop nothing else because there's a strong possibility that if we in the same building, we got the same shit on.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Unless we plan this bitch to come here.
Oh, shit.
We going viral, bro. That's viral right there. Go ahead, share that right there. But so after that, I never ever could cop like shit on like release day or nothing like that. I was like, nah, fuck that. I'll take the shoes.
Yo, guys, this wasn't part of the skit. Literally, this was not part of the skit. My shelf fell. I know why, but that ain't gonna hamper us. We're gonna continue. Go ahead, Zay. Finish this question.
But
I'm good, man.
Yeah, I can't cop the matching tee, the matching short. It's just not me, bro.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, no, the joints $39.99 and the signatures is $59.99. Again, what's attractive to that shoe? The price point, number one, and number two, the fact that I could drip and we ain't dripping the same.
You're right.
So with Jordans and anything else, you're always taking that possibility, even though there's nothing wrong with it. But imagine like you go to a shoe event and everybody got on Yeezys.
Yeah, well,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, goddamn, like 6 of y'all walk in and y'all all got the same shoe. Like, I don't know. Yep. I'd rather have like an ID that has like a little flavor to it. Plus, I don't know, like I'm getting more into like Air Maxes and like Air Max 1s. I love Air Max 1s, bro.
Air Max, yeah, that's my favorite. Them in 97s. Speaking of rocking the same shoe with other people, man. Where I was going with this. Oh yeah, how do you feel about? You know what I'm saying? I know this is all personal. Damn, I put a dent in my desk, bro. My bad.
You good, man?
But what you feel about people rocking the model of the shoe that they have released? Like a Jordan 1's coming out, they rock a Jordan 1. The Jordan 11's come out, they're rocking the Jordan 11. Like
if you rocking like the same model, you know, that's all right, because you know it just shows that there's a loyalty to that shoe. Yeah. You coming for the shoe, you know, if you coming for a Jordan 1 and you come rocking the Jordan 1, then yeah, it is what it is.
Okay.
Now there are the exceptionals that come in the exact shoe that's being released that day. And those, I don't feel like no bad type of way. Like it's stunting, bro. Like at the end of the day, it's all about being fresh. It's all about being fly. Yeah. Like, and it don't even really gotta be fly to me. Like your flyness don't gotta be fly to me. It gotta be fly to you. You know what I'm saying? Like my flyness is fly to me. And that's what connects. You know what I'm saying? It's two people, two individuals that it's two confident people. You know what I mean?
That's it. Yeah.
So
that's what's up, man.
Yeah, man. Like I don't know.
That's cool.
I respect it though. I respect it. The only problem is I'd be like, so where'd you get that pair from? Where'd you get that pair from?
Yeah.
Because technically, we know that these pairs are straight. The ones we lining up for, we know they straight. 100. I'm right here. I'm at the store.
Yep.
This store is.
When you got here earlier, did you buy it last night?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And some people might say that, but you know, you as an individual gotta look at yourself. If you know, like I'm the type of person I don't feel like I should have to lie. I'm too grown. Like I'd rather just tell you some, and that's why I say like, yeah, don't ever take it personal what I say, but like I'm gonna tell you how it is, bro. Like, and you may not like my answer, but at least you can respect the fact that I gave you an honest answer. It's
not the answer you want, it's the answer you need, bro.
Exactly. 100%. So
man, that's cool. Man, we're gonna stop bouncing around. We're gonna get straight into this right here.
Let's do it.
But we're gonna clear up the fact he is right. Nike ID is a thing at that Nike outlet clearance in Kissimmee. I have pairs from 2015. My man obviously have pairs. He says we were probably in the same line hunting for those same shoes. What Definitely. I didn't know though, they changed the pricing. When I purchased my signature shoes, it was $39 amongst with the Nike.
Yeah, that was something new. I want to say maybe that's been going on for like a year and a half, 2 years. So
got you. And then again, he said they don't come with the box. So don't expect to get a box, but you already saw the box.
Yeah, like you gotta understand that the majority of the Nike IDs that are on like eBay and stuff, when you go looking for these shoes, these IDs, I'm gonna tell you right now how you could tell the difference. If you see a dude that's selling a pair and he's like really, really, really high in price and they're not exclusive, is because he paid for it. His will have the box. Remember, Nike IDs are pretty expensive.
Yes.
People are not realizing there's a huge price difference in what they sell for at the outlet and what they actually sell for online. For you to design that shoe, number one, let's not forget the fact that it takes 8 weeks. It takes 8 to 10 weeks for you to even get the shoe after you design it on the computer.
Here's my Nike ID. I mean, this is pretty much
it. Did you design it or did you get it from the store?
Order online, but they had a sale. So when these, you know
how long did it take?
Discounted, and these were discounted.
How long was it? How long did it take?
About 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
3 weeks?
Yeah, it came pretty quick, bro. Pretty quick.
They might have cleaned that time frame up. I remember one point them shits used to take a long time.
But you know when they have Nike IDs on clearance online, Nike
people probably
they reduced the colors.
They got it ready. Yeah.
Exactly.
So they got those materials ready to put it together. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So they limit you because I remember when the Kobe 10s were like Nike ID, and it was coming down to like only one model you can do, and you can only do like the upper and the outsole. That was it. So it's like all they gotta do is make 4 combinations and they're done. So
yeah, for real.
But yeah, man. So if you guys, again, Nike ID is a thing, but what also is a thing is these Cactus Jacks. I'm gonna tell you the story how I got wind of this, and I want you to tell me your story. And we're gonna wrap our stories together, come up with our ideas, how those shoes got in that Nike outlet. Period, man. Because I got my thoughts, I got my suspicion. Nothing bad, but just me brainstorming. So I had a sub. One of you guys, man, hit me up like, "Yo, Frank, I'm from. I think he's from St. Augustine. I think he's working Nike outlet there. Salute to him. He sent me that message, and he said, "Yo, don't let nobody know." But then I watched your video. He was like, "Yo, bro, this is on the damn thing for 2 weeks."
That's why, bro. I wasn't trying to hear that plug shit. Not on this one, bro. Like the sign was on the fucking door for 2 weeks, bro.
Yeah. The sign was on the door for 2 weeks apparently. So nevertheless, I didn't know about it because I don't really frequent there as often. So he hit me up. I let a few homies know that live in the area. They knew about it. And I also had some people who wasn't even living in Florida, like from Massachusetts. Y'all know who you are. They be hitting me up. Yo, Frank, you going? You going? I was like, yo, I owe it to you guys. You know what I'm saying? How can I not go? So this is my strategy, Zay. And this, you can tell me if obviously I failed, but not really. You know what I'm saying? This was what I thought of that day. I was like, yo, I'm going to go to bed early, right? Like any release day when you got to wait in line. I'm going to bed early. Then I'm going to get up. No, I'm going to go to bed early and get up earlier. That was my strategy.
What was earlier to you though? What time did you think you were supposed to be getting up?
So I live an hour away. Well, technically hour 30 from my doorstep to that store is an hour 30, right? So you calculate that commute time. I figure I get up at 5. I'm on road at 5:30. I get there at 7, 2 hours before I open. Right? Nice. I already know you're gonna bust my bubble because I already heard the times. Y'all was out there, bro. But you just give you an idea. I already failed. Just let you know. But I started late. You know what I'm saying? Then at me being a procrastinator, I also went to Dunkin' Donuts. I pulled up, man. I got so discouraged. So discouraged, man. I sat in that car. I was debating with myself. Good cop, bad cop type thing. Angel, devil. Yo, you drove all the way over here. You gonna get up? You're not gonna go, man. You better get up. I'm like, but yo, Frank, there's a line. But what about the content? You're not gonna record that? At least get the So I'm battling myself, bro. Then I just got the nerves, like, yo, bump this, man. All or nothing. So I got up and I started walking. That's when I ran to you. You was talking to the same guy I told you that the one I flaked out on the Nike ID with, the black dude. I forgot his name. But you was talking to him. I say what up to him. I say another cat. There's another Spanish kid guy.
That's Cardboard Collector on IG. Cardboard Collector. That was the dude that you saw me talking to.
Cardboard Collector. It was he gave me his IG. Actually, I got more IG. I just don't know his name though. It could be right. There's another cat. The older dude, Spanish cat with his son. They was also up front in the line.
Oh, Angel Armando. Yeah.
He was there. I talked to him when at the trophy room when they had the French Blues release, when they had us cooped up in that room inside. Wow. They bring everybody inside. It was hot. That was the same day that the Royal Ones dropped. No, it wasn't the Royal Ones. No, the Black Toes. I remember people holding up their hands like, yo, got him. I was one of those cats that got him too. So me and my son just left. I was like, yo, I ain't getting these French Blues. So I was Gucci. I got my because he didn't drop them that day. He said, there's gonna be another release for that Black Toe. But back on track, man. I'm kind of all over the place on this. So I got discouraged. I pulled up to a line. I saw there was 2 lines. There was a line for the regular tourists, and then there was a line that you guys was in that wrapped around the building. Right? I saw you up front, so I know you had a good spot. I
was number 23.
So number 23. How could I not win?
Oh, of course, right? So what I did is I said, yo, fuck it. It's a lose situation, man. The chances of the people that's in line, they have more peers than the people that's already there. That was my thought process. Yeah. So I got in the tourist line, went inside. First thing you did, I had to do is look and see what they had. So that brings me to another point where we'll discuss later about those 11s. You say you didn't remember seeing them. I want to say I vividly did, because especially I checked out. But after you mentioned what you did, I kind of double taked on that. I was like, maybe I didn't see it. So I got there, I looked. I was like, I ain't getting shit. I found some clothes, bought some clothes. And then the cop, speaking of that, the cops copped their joints before the store opened, right? They was taking this stuff to the patrol car.
Really?
Oh, you didn't know that?
No.
Both of them, the black dude, the bigger black dude, and the Spanish cat, they had peers in their hand. You didn't see, everybody.
Listen, there's got to be a benefit to working there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly, right. They
don't get me wrong, like, not to be counting nobody's pockets, but those cops, like, that's why I never understood, like, when you see cops at campouts and they tight. Yeah, I'd be like, yo, why you tight, bro? Like, you making like $40 an hour right now, and all you really doing is just telling people to get in line. Yeah. And more than likely, no one is gonna interrupt. Like, no one's gonna fuck with you like that for you to be like a dickhead.
No, but shoes, yeah.
But the cops that be at clearance, they're pretty cool, man.
Yeah,
there's a Spanish dude that everybody thinks is like, he looks mean, but he's a good dude, man.
He was doing his job.
Yeah. He does what he has to do. That's the thing. Like, he's coming to work, like, and he he knows that some of us in there, what we're in there for. You know what I'm saying? As long as the respect is mutual and
That's
you know
cool.
you ain't busting his balls and you doing what you got to do. Obviously, you can't just be chilling at clearance. You know, sometimes we get caught up in that. Sometimes a lot of people we just be chilling there.
I remember seeing a couple times.
You kind of got to walk around and shop.
Yeah.
They want you to shop. Yeah, you can't be loitering inside the store. But you know what I'm saying? Like as long as you ain't busting his balls, man, he ain't busting no balls.
Yeah, he so what he did, he's like, yo, was this cat in line? Right when I was about to pull up on the register. Woo! I was out of respect, same way. I was like, yo, he's right. I wasn't. And then the manager came over, was like, yo, you need to be in this line. I was like, that's cool, man. Just let me know. I said, matter of fact, I got one more item to get. I went and grabbed something else, came back in line. I said, yo, am I cool in this spot? He's like, cool. So they just showed the camaraderie, the people that there was respectful at the same time. They weren't trying to like give me a hard time. It's like, you can't get a shoe. It wasn't like that. So
and the thing is that, like, you know, not to defend like the staff there. Shout outs to the staff. Like,
yeah, for real.
There's some cool peoples in there.
Oh yeah.
But you know, if they do kind of give you a little bit of a hard time, it's only because there's people that are trying to do what you're doing. You might have done it like by accident, or you might, you know, you didn't do it in a really malicious way.
Gotcha.
There's some dudes that do it in a malicious way. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they already got to deal with that, so they already on the defensive.
I hear you.
You know what I mean? So as
good.
long as there's good communication back and forth, like it should never be like no issue or nothing like that.
Yeah, I think, you know what I'm saying? I think you should be cordial too. At the same time, you said they got a job to do, man. So what I don't like is the jerks that know they're doing wrong and then act like, you know what I'm saying, like they're being mistreated. Nah, you try to get over on them. They're supposed to let you get over them. So I don't like that. So that's why I was courteous, man. So before I let you start your story, man, I'm gonna tell you how distraught I was, man. I grabbed my bag and I just left.
Damn.
You didn't get in the store. Wait, I think you were. I think when I was leaving, you was in there because I remember you purchased on the side table. You wasn't like in front of the counter. You was on the side, and I remember
it's on the side.
Yeah, and I remember walking out that store and heading to International. And I remember telling myself, try to talk, like big myself up, like, yeah, everybody's over there, but I'm over here. There wasn't nothing in that store, man. So yeah, man. What I did do though, after I walked around that store, there was nothing popping. I decided to go back. And when I went back, you were there again. You was talking to that one tall Spanish cat, or I don't know if it was Spanish. I guess yeah, he was in line. He already got 2 pairs. He was there in the store the same time I was in there. He had the same incentive I had. He said, yo, the line's too long. I'm not gonna go in there. So I'm just gonna buy whatever. But then later on, he said he counted what was remaining and he counted the people in line. So he went outside and copped. Had I stayed when he was there, I would have been in that position. But it still worked out on my behalf. But I'm gonna finish my story because I don't want to take up the mic, man. So from what we gather, this is what I gather the consensus, right? And then I'll let you elaborate on this. Like you said, there was a poster up. You're gonna elaborate how long. There were Travis Scott's 4s. Yeah. There was Jordan 11s. Was it Jim?
Win like 96.
Win like 96, and the Gatorade 6 is green. What's the actual word?
Gatorade, I thought it was just Gatorade 6s.
Yeah. So that was advertised on that paper.
Those were the 3 main shoes. Those were There was a few other shoes, but those were the 3 major ones.
There was Tinkers. There was Michigan 12s.
There was Michigan 12s.
It was Westbrook 10s.
Westbrook 10s.
Shadow 10s. This is all signature shoes, guys.
All on the front counter, yeah.
All on the front counter, bro. Multiple pairs, man. I probably forgot another pair. Oh, International 3s.
International 3s, yeah.
It was International 3s, man. So, Zay, I'll let you take the mic, man. What did you make of this whole notion of Travis Scott's coming to the outlet? What was your take on that?
Okay, so Travis Scott's, to start off, that was a huge release, but Travis Scott's had already released that clearance, probably like twice. Don't get me wrong, like I'll tell you this: anything and everything eventually goes to clearance somehow, some way. I'm not saying 1,000 pairs are coming to clearance. Mm-hmm. Shit, it could be 1 pair. I've scored off-whites at clearance.
I seen that.
And there was only 6 pairs.
You got all 6?
No, the manager wasn't having that shit. It was 1 pair. And there was 2, even listen, I fumbled on it. I got dumb lucky. But there was people ready for that. You know what I'm saying? And I just so happened to get lucky.
Got you.
But no, there was everything eventually comes to clearance. So Travis Scott's already been to clearance. The problem is that when it came, there was only like a real few select sizes. Okay. And they got put on the floor, and whoever eats. I didn't get any pairs from those 2 drops. I missed on them. So now, people are hitting me up telling me, yo, have you seen the paper on the door? And I hadn't seen it because it's crazy. Like when I used to live farther from clearance, I was in there more because I felt like I had to be in there.
Yeah.
I drove so far, so I would stay there and I'd be there all fucking day. So now I live down the block.
Yeah.
So now it's like a quick, like I could come in quick a few times. You know what I'm saying?
It's like living close to, but you never go type.
Exactly. So, so I hadn't been. I don't think I'd been to clearance in 2 days. So by the time they told me, I'm thinking, damn, I haven't been there in 2 days. No, I didn't see no paper on the door, and they sent me a picture of it, and it says Travis Scott's, Gatorades, and the Win Like 96s. Those were the 3 that they were selling. So now, up until like release, I'm only speaking for myself. Mm-hmm. The people that I were talking to, no one mentioned anything about there being any other shoes. We thought it was just those 3. And even then, it was like, why are you announcing this? They never announced any of those shoes being released. I just want to point that out right now. Maybe they've started to announce the IDs. The IDs now they announce. The paper will be up maybe 2 days or a day before, so you'll know. And that's because the IDs ain't really selling like that right now. You know what I mean? Like there's just a lot of them on the market. Don't get me wrong. I never understood why that market would slow up because, again, it's almost like a 1-to-1. So why aren't everyone should have at least 5 or 6, 7 IDs in their collection, mainly just their own flavor or their own take on that particular model. That's my thought process. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you wear all the shoes that are pre-made, like the Jordans and the Nike SBs, and all them joints is pre-made, someone else's design. You thought they fly, you into shoes. How could you not like a shoe that, may be different, that it's not like a general release or a shoe that someone else could get per se? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so they've just started announcing the IDs. But as far as like the Jordan releases, they never announced those Jordan releases. So that was, to me, that was already like, why? You know what I mean? Like, why do you want to just announce this? You know what I mean? So so you're saying you got over there at 7?
7. I literally got there a little bit, like 7:30, 7 or 8 o'clock ish.
Okay, so for IDs, like if we know it's a really good ID drop and there's gonna be some good pairs in there, you might catch us out there 5, 6. Store opens at 9. That's like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, the Jordan releases, that was I think there was a reason why that paper was up there. I don't think it's gonna be something that's like they do all the time. I think it was just for this set release, but the Nike IDs, maybe 5, 6 in the morning. There's people out there starting to line up to get in line. Now, I got it
real quick, Zay. So because it's been a minute. So from the time I went there to, if not this year, I don't know. Let me know if this is true. They never advertised. It's supposed to be a random drop. Unless you knew somebody there, you wouldn't know when those IDs was coming out.
It was a random drop. Again, that paper on the door that just started.
Is that exactly my point?
That just started.
Like
even for the IDs. Yeah, even for the IDs. Yeah. Yep. Then maybe that started like 4 months ago, 5 months ago.
Okay.
But they never used to do that. It's always random. That's unfortunately, and the reason I say unfortunate is because if we knew exactly when the drops would be, then I can't imagine that store doing that on a regular basis with people outside like that.
Yeah.
That's never like that ever. Even when it's a good ID drop, it doesn't wrap the building.
Really?
Yeah, it goes to maybe the end.
Yeah.
And maybe there's a few people standing there, but you saw that shit. That shit wrapped all the way to the building, and they were already going into the grass into the next parking lot.
Yeah.
Which is a whole nother area.
Yeah.
So bro. It was like, I was like, damn, there's a lot of people here, man. And obviously that's what happened. You think about it.
I saw your snap.
Think about it. One person sees it, they Snapchat 3 people. Those 3 people see it, they Snapchat another 3 people.
Yeah.
You already got, I'm surprised that's what showed up. It could have been more.
It could have been crazy.
It could have been crazy. Bro? Yeah, it was up there for 2 weeks, bro.
Oh yeah. Another thing I forgot to mention too, man. Oh man, of course, it's gonna slip my mind right now. That the purchase, right? So we didn't get in the story yet. I know you're building up to that, but I remember back in the days. Well, I know regular Nike outlets 10 per item per person, right?
So on the Nike IDs, you can purchase up to 10 shoes, and 2 of them can be signatures.
Signatures and everything else. Eight of them have to be. 8 of them
have to be what they would consider garbage, but to me, it's not garbage, man. Like maybe some dope ass Air Maxes,
exactly.
Whatever's on Nike ID, just go on there and whatever models are on there, they be having. Yo, Air Forces, for people that like really fuck with Air Forces, like that's the clearance is the spot. I've always said a person that really fucks with Nike Air Forces, Air Force Ones, Nike clearance is heaven to you. Because even when it's not an ID and it's a regular GR colorway or any colorway that's on the shelf, it's $49.99.
Got it.
And imagine catching that shit on a 30% off. You catching Air Force Ones for $30. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Give me 1 second, Zay. I'm gonna keep talking because the people say they can't see me. I'm not sure if I'm on camera. Give 1 quick second. See if I pull up. All right, cool. We're good. We're good. I see myself.
There we go. Yep.
So continue, man. I think we good.
Yeah, but where were we with
the discounts? Or
all right, so you can get up to 10 shoes. Obviously, 8 of them got to be your Air Maxes, your Air Force Ones. They got a bunch of models. To me, the ones that I always look for are the Air Maxes, whether it be an Air Max 90, it be an Air Max 1. They always have dope Air Max 1s, Air Force 1s, and obviously Kobe's. And when LeBron had a model that I liked, I haven't really liked a LeBron model in a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, there'd be some dope shoes, man. And to me, the colorways are what always get me, man. Like I see some fire colorways come through there. You know, say you see a Air Max 1 and just a real flame colorway, and it's $39.99, bro. Like,
let me get them.
Yeah.
But so this is the consensus, man. So a lot of people's like, yo, man, if you really want to make money, you should have bought some for your subscribers. And I was like, I hate, because I did what I call a sub pickup, where I went to Gainesville and they had some shoes for real cheap, and I bought them in abundance. I bought more than people asked me to, just so I have shoes readily available to give people, and a percentage of them purchase, right? So that's one thing. But it's not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever. I'm not faulting nobody. Like, yeah, get me this, and then eventually they don't pay. Whatever the case is, I can still get them off.
Yeah.
But the thing is, people have the notion that we can just go in there and pick up like 5 pairs of Cactus Jacks. Like,
nah. So for this particular release, well, yeah, I don't even want to say this particular release. That store in general, you can only buy 2 signatures a day. And that's whoever you are. Now, if you go in there and you try to finagle, you taking a chance, bro. Like, again, remember I mentioned, if you fuck with the cop, he's gonna fuck with you. If you don't, then he's not gonna bother you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got to remember, like, you don't know which staff member is which. So while you may be cool with a staff member, maybe another staff member don't really want to see that being done or something like that, and maybe they say something. They've called out people like right on the spot.
Oh wow.
And people like me that are in there every day, like, we laugh about it because it's just like we in there every day, and we know these employees. So if you like a new person and you come and you try to pull it off and then you get caught and you don't pull it off, they try to like embarrass you. I feel like they don't really do like stuff like that with us because we're in there every day. It's like fucking with a person at your job. You got to see him every day, so you ain't gonna fuck with him. But you might fuck with someone outside of your job because you ain't gonna see him.
See him anymore,
yeah. So, but So you can only get 2 signatures outside in the store per day. If they catch you getting anything more, then obviously they're gonna put you on the spot, and then it's gonna be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But for this particular release,
ban from there? Do you think they?
Yeah. So when Nike, it really just depends on the manager. So the manager, literally, like, he can say, well, I don't want to say that they're in there just fucking trespassing anybody and everybody on some cover up shit. They ain't planting evidence on you to get you kicked out of the store, right? But
if you do something that is considered outside of the ordinary, you got to remember that store is for the tourist.
Yeah.
We just so happen to be sneakerheads that want to buy pairs and get extra pairs and do whatever. Remember, that store is there for the tourists. Nike has that store there for the tourists, not anybody else.
Tourists,
so,
not terrorists.
Yeah. Tourists.
Yeah. Like, yo.
I have my little twang there. I had to switch it up. But So if you go in there and you make a scene, or you cursing out, or you wild out, they could trespass you on the spot. And if they trespass you, technically you can't go back to that location.
Yeah.
For a year. Woo. I've seen some people come back.
Yeah.
I've seen some people not even be able to come back after the year.
Wow.
Yeah. I have a friend that hasn't been in that store maybe 3-4 years. You know what I'm saying? That's it, bro. Once they get you like that, they get you.
So the managers that abandoned those people are still there, you think?
The managers that are still there? Nah. Yeah. So again, this is allegedly. I don't want to offend nobody, but so Nike clearance has always been painted to me as that's sort of like the low level of Nike. You're not really progressing upward in the company if you go to clearance. Clearance, I believe, is considered sort of a step down. Or if you was to like use like technical terms, like when they be like a ladder movement versus, you know what I mean?
A step down.
So, exactly. So people that want to progress in the company, they're not going from like an outlet store to clearance. What they're doing is they're progressing upwards. So clearance has always been like a location that hires like, I guess like a lot of younger people.
Got it.
Maybe people that are in college, people need jobs, people that are still in high school. I believe I've been in there. Yeah, some of them are cool, and some of them aren't. It just depends on which one you grab.
Yeah, man. I see multiple new people there. So the good thing about that, I always see new faces, which is good.
There's always new faces.
Yeah.
Listen, every 6 months they clean house, bro. Listen, we got scandals for days, and scandals that are like it's nothing that we can't talk about.
Yeah,
it's shit that people know already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
we can get into that.
Yeah, we'll eventually get into that. But as far as like the Travis Scott release, like you could only get 2 shoes, and you couldn't get 2 Travises.
That's what I was gonna ask you. So that's
it had to be a Travis, and it had to be one of the other 2, a Gatorade or a Win Like 96. And then if you wanted to, if you didn't want to get a Travis, I believe you can get 2 Gatorades or 2 Win Like 96s. I'm not too sure on that. It might have been that you got to get one or the other. It might have been that, but you were only allowed to get 1 Travis for that.
Yo, let them know the prices.
Okay, so this is where I thought it was a little weird. So the Travises were priced at retail. There was no discount at the store, no 30%, nothing, none of that. All that was shut down. Yeah. The only thing that was readily available to customers was the MVP cards.
Yes,
the MVP cards are based on you shopping during a period of time. If you spend a certain amount,
on that. I know you probably explain that because that was one of the questions that someone asked me: was the MVP card and how you get it?
Okay, so MVP card, it is given to you during a certain time frame in which Nike opens up and says, from this day to this day, if you purchase a certain amount of product, we're going to give you what's called an MVP card. There's $25 MVP cards and there's $50 MVP cards. Those MVP cards, you got to hold on to it. My advice to everyone, staple the MVP card onto the receipt. You'll thank me later. Because eventually, sometimes those cards don't even work. They'll try to hit you with this don't work.
Yep.
And we're definitely going to touch on that. But so you shop during a certain amount of time and you get those cards free. They're almost like freebies, pretty much. And then they'll be, I think they shut it down. They go like 2-3 weeks, and then they open it up for you to spend those MVP cards. But again, you're spending those MVP cards based on you're still shopping. So now when you buy a certain amount, we'll give you 25 off based on that MVP card. If you spend this amount, then we'll give you the 50 off on that based on you having the MVP card. So that's all those MVP cards were. So although the Travises were at retail, you got to remember there's a ton of people in line that shop on a regular basis that have $50 MVP cards.
They probably have like $50 cards.
That's the most discount there was off on that shoe, and that was only based on if you had the card or not. So you either paid retail or you paid retail minus $50.
Could you do it
or retail minus $25. So now here's what happens. So if you want to get it totally off the Travis, it's got to be 2 separate transactions. That's something that you got to remember to do. The actual girl there or the whoever the cashier is, they're not going to remember to do that. If you give them all your shoes, they're going to do it. Yeah, they're going to do all together. One transaction.
Yep.
Unless you stop them and say, hey, listen, this is one transaction. This is another transaction. And I'm going to use the 50 card on this shoe. And then you get that for, obviously a much lower. Yep. But some people, what they did was they just did the transaction, the Travis, and then whatever shoe they got, which I got a Travis and a Gatorade.
Okay.
I use 50 off the total amount because it's going to the same place anyway.
Got it. The way I cheat on that, how I psych myself out, because that did happen to me. So I use I think it was 25 on the Travis and the Shadow 10s. Yeah. It's like, yo, Travis is reselling for way more than what it's worth. So if I get Travis at retail, that's a win. So I just, in my mind, I apply the $25 off of the Shadows, which is already discount. So I got the Shadow for $75 and Travis at $225. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I thought in my head. So if I was to get rid of it, I'm still gonna come up big time.
Yeah. So Travis is a retail, and then the Gatorades and the Win Like 96s, I believe, rang up 120.
Yeah.
So 120 plus tax, and then that's another one where you can take off that 50 or 25 if you have the card. But again, you can only, so this is how they get you too, which it kind of sucks because you got to remember those cards are like freebies. It's rewards for shopping, but then when it's time to go use it, they only let you use one technically a day. Yeah, correct. Yeah, like we definitely find ways to use them. You got to go shop at different stores to now use them faster, but it's kind of whack that they don't let you use it per transaction. Yeah, like I'm gonna spend this regardless. Like, why wouldn't you just want to take it all from me now? Right. Yeah, exactly. If I'm buying 10 things and I want to get discounted 10 things, cool, just give it to me now. Yeah, you don't have to give it to me later. Yeah. They did that with the well, I'll say this much. They did it with the, remember when we had the $5 coupons and the $10 coupon, which they stopped, which was crazy. Oh, you used to get that for the survey on the bottom of the receipt. So if you filled out the survey, they would give you $10 off. Correct. But they never enforced it. They never enforced how many times, because I did multiple transactions with using the $10. Well, towards the end they started. Yeah, before, now it's no longer in existence. Yeah. So that's nothing, guys. Leading up to that, they was trying to crack down on it heavy. And it's just like, dude, like I did a survey. It doesn't matter if I got 10 of them. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, don't get me wrong. If I bring up a pair of Travis's, I'm not saying let me use 10 coupons on this one joint right here. No, okay. But let me use one coupon. And then if I come back 20 minutes later and I want to buy another shoe, I should be able to use another coupon. Like, they're my coupons. I did it for doing what you told me to do. Exactly. I already bought my product. You know, yeah, like who cares, bro? But that's how it is, man. Yeah, that's crazy. And then, which was weird, the international threes, they were priced retail. That's not even doing well. There were so many pairs. No one bought that shoe. I still got the image. Let me see if I can find that image. I still have the image of that. No one bought, and don't get me wrong, it's a nice shoe, but I have it. I pay retail for mine, by the way. I know, but it is what it is. And what's gonna happen is that all those international threes, they're gonna go right on the rack, bro. There was already on the rack. Yeah, that's the thing. That was the funny part. There was a lot of shoes up there that was already on the rack. Yeah, and it was like, come on, man. Yeah. So that's another thing. So that's another benefit on this day of release, which was a question that was going around the line early. Sure. Are we getting the box tops? Ooh, clearance is notorious. Listen, I'm not saying that there's any managers there now that do it. But I've known managers that have worked there that have deliberately damaged the box because they know that there's a possibility the person that's getting it could resell. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I feel as if these are people that like got picked on when they were like younger, and now they got this job now where they can flex. Yeah, they got authority, and they're like, yo, I've seen. I forget who this happened to. A boy of mine. He's literally about to check out with the shoe. He's done, like he's about to pay. And the manager comes over and is just picks up the box, bro, and pulls the box top off. And it's like, what the fuck's the matter with you, man? Yo, you crazy, bro? Yeah, you crazy, bro. And you already paid for it? The box top is not part of what you're purchasing. Now, don't get me wrong. The reason that there's no box tops most of the time is because they got to put it on a shelf, and they don't want a bunch of people taking shoes in and out of boxes. Boxes are going to get damaged. Yeah, that's why they rip the top, because it got to go on the shelf. It's got to be able to be visible for you to just be able to see it. You know what I'm saying? But let's say there's 100 shoes in the back and we pull out 10 and put them on the floor. You know, if someone asks us for that shoe, you should be able to just pass on the one with the box. Like, who cares? Why you got to rip the box? It don't make no sense.
Yeah. You're doing extra. You're doing extra at that moment.
You're doing way too much extra. Yeah. Just give the box, man. It's the product. They're purchasing the product.
I have a similar story. I was in San Fran SneakerCon. I don't know. Did you went to San Fran SneakerCon this year?
No. No, I think San Fran's the only SneakerCon I've never been to.
Got it.
And none of the ones overseas.
Got you.
Yeah.
I was in there, right? I sent my homies watching. If you are watching, comment in the comments what store we went to. But we went to I think it was a regular Nike store. And I was able to, I don't know if you can see them behind me. I was able to get those Pinnacles ones.
Pinnacle ones?
Yeah, with 30% off. There was hitting for 300 with 30 off.
Am I mistaken, or was there a brown and a black?
There was all black. But yeah, there's a brown and a black.
It's a brown one, right? Yeah. Because the brown one keeps popping up at.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. I actually was at the previous outlet down the street.
But they never discount that shit. And they always fuck the box up.
They do?
Yeah, they fuck the box up and then they leave it at, what is it, 400?
Yeah.
Yeah, they leave it at 400. It's like, come on, bro.
There was a guy in line when the last time I visited. I forgot what shoe I bought when I was out there. He had a pair in his hand. He found it, but I think it was like a size 13 or 14 though. He had everything though. I don't think he had the lid, but which would have to do extra if they was to damage that box because it's a lid, bro. There's no need to rip that up. You just pick the lid off and just put it in the shelf, bro. But
come on.
So
those be the ones with the lid that you could take and put it on the bottom of the box. Bro, they be in the back like one by one. The manager's in his office. He don't got nothing better to do. Ripping each box.
You walking through the aisles.
Like, come on, man.
But long story short is I got those Pinnacles. My homeboy got a pair too. And they had a pair of Just Dons. And the one that cat, ironically, he watched my channel. I'm like, way in San Fran. He's like, yo, man, watch your channel, bro. So he goes, yo, you want to ring you up? I mean, the line was super long, bro. You think that, their line in the store, look at the line outside that day. And I was like, yo, ring me up. You ring me up on that little easy mobile play thing. And he's like, yo, we got some Just Dons if you care for it. I was like, yo, what size? It was like size 11. Wasn't my size. But I was like, yo, I'll take it. So he bought it. He bought the box. It was pristine and everything. Then his manager came whispering in his ear. So he came back out and was like, yo, I got to take the box. I'm like, bro, seriously,
bro. Like, and listen, you heard that the manager came and whispered, like it's like a conspiracy theory, bro. Now, listen, I hope that someone from Nike sees this video, and if legitimately they're supposed to be ripping the box, then cool. But if they're not, y'all really need to check those managers that are at those clearance stores. It makes no sense. Like, this is someone that loves the product, is purchasing the product, and you're going above and beyond to damage the very product. Part of the product, like and the box is part of the product. Like, listen, so I don't know if they do it because they don't like the concept of like resellers.
That's what I think.
I think it's that, but granted, cool. But guess what? For a few like bad apples that you perceive them to be, you're damaging the look to other people that are like genuine fans. Like, people, there are sneaker collectors. Like, hopefully Nike understands this, that it's not just people like athletes. Like, it's not just kids going to buy your shoe to go use it in the gym. There's actual like grown men that we love the shoes and we rock it just for a casual thing. You know what I'm saying? How you think the boxes stack up in someone's house if you're just ripping the top off all the boxes? Now that person, what is that person supposed to do with that shoe? Like, and that's where you allow a market like the cases that are in back of you.
Yeah.
You're right. Guess what, Nike? Now no one gives a fuck about the box.
Yep. So you can dress it up how you want.
Yeah, look what you just did. You might as well not even be selling the shoes with the box no more, because they're just gonna put them in the cases.
$20, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So they,
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I thought you would have more of a reason why, but I think we both come to the same consensus. There is no reason. It's the authority thing. Yeah, man. It has to be like it can't be that Nike's permitting that. And again, like, I understand the box that has to be on the shelf. Cool. Customers have to see it. That's understandable. But if the shoe is coming directly from the back, there's no reason that anyone should be ripping or damaging any part of that box. The paper and all that's understandable too, because that causes a mess in the store. Yeah. With the papers flying everywhere. Cool. If there's an employee that has to take the paper out of all the boxes, whatever, the shoe still should come with a functional box if possible. Yeah. Yeah, man, I agree, man. So I guess we'll find that out, man. What's the logic? Yo, can we
we know the prices on the on these shoes.
Yeah. Can we talk about the 11s? Is that
which 11s? Okay, so all right, real quick. Let me say my.
Okay.
You got there. You told them what time you got there. I got word at like 9 o'clock. A boy of mine was like, "Yo, we're gonna go out there," and I was like, "Yo, y'all wildin', like Nike clearance don't even. It's not even like that over there. Like even Fridays, we line up at 5, 6 in the morning."
Got you.
So I was like, "Yo, I think y'all tripping. Like I think we straight. I think if we go,
what time
maybe,
was he
maybe we don't go at 5. Maybe we go at 4, or maybe we go at 3."
Gotcha.
And they was like, "Nah, but we'll let you know." And I'm like, "All right." And like at night, sometimes I'll be Ubering. I Uber and I do Lyft and shit like that.
Okay.
So I remember, man, like I got a call that took me like deep to Sanford.
Ooh, took you out your elements, bro.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So I'm deep in Sanford.
Bro.
Yeah. I'm deep in Sanford, and it's deep out there. And my boy, I remember my boy telling me, because when he told me around 8 that he was gonna go 9:30. So now it's like 10:30, 11. No, yeah, this was the day before.
This is Wednesday, guys.
This is that night. This is that Wednesday night. Yeah. So I think of my boy again as I'm driving. I'm like, yo, let me check in and see if he ever went. So I call him and he don't pick up. And this was the one that you saw that was with his dad.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with him and his dad.
Got you.
So I hit him up. He don't pick up. I hit up his dad and I'm like, yo. And he's like, 12 people in line already. And this was like 10:30, bro. Mind you, because I don't want to start this as something. This never happens.
Yeah,
they're never there at that time. So if you go at that time, you're wasting your time. You're gonna be out there alone.
Yep.
It's not fun to be out there just to be out there. You know what I mean? Like even when we're out there that night, sometimes that ain't even fun. You know what I mean? Because there comes a point in the night where ain't nobody really vibing like that. Niggas just tired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they told me 12 people in line, and I was like, "You got to be shitting me, bro." And I said, "Fuck that." I was right near I-4. I got on I-4, and I drove Sanford all the way to Kissimmee. By the time I got there, rolled up 23. 23, man. Yeah. And at that point, I was a little shook because there had been word going around that there was going to be an issue with the Travises. Now, this is what the issue was. Mm-hmm. Originally, someone said there's going to be mad pairs.
Okay.
There's going to be close to 200 pairs. So it was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
But then word started going around that by accident, they started releasing some of that product days before. So the numbers were much lower than what was expected. So now, even though I'm 23, I'm like, damn, like, I wonder how much product got away from them, because obviously that's going to bring the number down.
Yep.
You know? And by that time, we didn't know if you could get 2 Travises or 1.
Got it.
So I'm assuming there's 22 people in front of me. That's 44 pairs of Travises that I got to go through before I get mine. Yeah. So, I ended up getting there like probably like, I want to say maybe like 12, and I was 23. And then, we just rocked out with the line. And then as more people came up, obviously everyone, it's almost like a puzzle with campouts. Like everyone got a piece of information, and then there's always that one dude that got information that that shit ain't legit. So it's just like, all right, my nigga.
And we'll get to that.
And then there's other people that it's just like, all right, you a credible source. All right, you a credible source. So you got a little info. You got a little info. Well, it kind of matches with my info with this and that and the third. And then eventually the managers came, man. Like the managers, I think, come in at like 6 o'clock, maybe 5:30, 6 o'clock. And I think they almost immediately just came out and kept it a buck. Like, yo, listen, one Travis, one of the other. And one's retail, one's the other price, and that was it. Yeah, and it was straight. So at least then we knew. But then around that time, like I think around like 6 or 7 is when. Don't get me wrong, it was probably like 2 o'clock, and it was already like 50 heads deep, and it was just like, damn, like this is more than what's usually here. Like, so to us, that's like, oh shit, like people were talking, and then we was getting people coming from Tampa. Regular people that we know from Tampa just popping up, and it's just like, whoa.
I heard Kicks for Us. I don't know if he care if I mentioned him, but I heard you came through.
So there was a bunch of people out there, and then by the morning time, it was just like
pandemonium.
Yeah,
man. That.
So now the 11s is So what I was under the impression, and I mentioned it in a video that I did on my channel, was that the 11s, I had heard that the employees are allowed to purchase,
which they did.
obviously there's gotta, like I said, there's gotta be some sort of benefit to working there.
You mentioned
So
that. Because the pay's not that great.
Yeah, the pay, you know, it's like it's not the best pay, man. They're not paying good money for you to work in a shoe store. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you start moving up and you start doing your thing, don't get me wrong, like better. But if you just think that you're just gonna be in clearance and you're gonna make buku bucks, you're not. But so I heard that employees, because of the price point, the 120 price point on the Win Like 96s, that was more, I guess, a better feel for employees to buy.
The discounts, right? What's the discount?
Yeah, so imagine they got the 30, and I don't even know. I'm pretty sure they can do that. Yeah, they can do that.
There's no restriction.
It's 30% off 120. You know what they can't do? They can't do the MVP card.
Yeah, it makes sense because that is
when you're an employee, you can't. Yeah, I don't think you can use that. So imagine they getting 120. You know, the only other shoe that's 120 is the Gatorades, and even the Gatorades, you know, like.
But the Shadows too was a come up too, for anyone who's interested.
Yeah, but and that's another thing. That's like, I feel like the Shadows is more like when you're like into the game versus like an 11. An 11, there'd be people that ain't even really into Jordans rocking 11s. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, or not even into shoes and they're rocking 11s. Yeah, 11's just such a common shoe. They go to the mall once a year. Yeah, and they got the 11s. Yeah. They got that once a year that they go. It's Christmas time, and they got a pair of 11s. But yeah, so that was the actual setup as far as the store, and then with shoes. So then the 11s, I was hearing there wasn't any, and I didn't see anyone go in the beginning. I didn't see anyone go in there, but I will admit that, you know, like that day it was just hectic. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You got to remember, there's a line of people. There's over like 175 people on a line, and then what clearance does is clearance doesn't want to prevent customers like regular tourists from going in. Like, they're not going to have tourists out there waiting 2 hours 3 hours to get inside the store. So what they do is they set it up to where the people online, they just shuffle you in and shuffle you to the side, and then the other people can actually go inside the store. So the store is extra hectic. So I didn't see anybody come out with 11s. By the time I got in there, number 23, I was. Oh, did you find an early pick from?
Yeah, I got to zoom in though. I got the pick. Try it on this right now, you guys.
Yeah, so I didn't see the 11s. By the time I got in there, it was Gatorades and Travis's, and then there was a bunch of other shoes. But to me, it would, you know, those were the ones that I was aiming for anyway.
Boom, boom. I get the slide over there. Yeah, I gotta zoom in just so y'all can see it, man. You're gonna see the box, bro. All right, I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Share screen. We're just gonna. All right, let me know you can see it. You see my screen? This is the box right there with 11s. So there's probably. Maybe.
Oh, yo, you caught that shit. Yo, and it's crazy because look, it's just a small row that's separating the Travis's. Yeah. So imagine if you look at the boxes, the Travis box 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's only 5 tall. So there's only 5. Yeah, that little row right there. There's only 5 of the 11s.
You're right. You're right. You're right. One. If you count the Travis.
Yeah, there's only 5. There's only 5 11s right there.
But I think let me see what else if it's over here. This is what else was over there. Then you have, if you guys can see, man, I'm just showing you guys look at the Gatorade 6s, bro.
Yeah, Gatorade 6s. Look at the internationals. Oh Lord.
Yeah, they're probably still like that to this day.
Listen, those internationals are still there. They're still retail. The store's wilding. Someone needs to get corporate on the phone. Put the price down on them joints, and them shits ain't going nowhere, man.
Look at the Travis Scotts, bro. We even get to
a lot of Travis's.
What size did you end up getting?
The Travis's, I believe I got a 9 and an 8.5.
Got you. Yeah. I needed actually 11.5, but look how few 11.5.
Yeah, there wasn't even. Oh, there was what, 2? No, there's 2 right there. More. 3, 4, 5. Actually, I think I've seen up to 6 already.
I think 1, 2. I think it was more though. I want to say there was more, but right now this picture. This is literally when I walked in the store when you guys were still outside. So this is probably the most accurate picture. So there probably was 2 11.5. Yeah. 2 11.5 and majority 12. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12, 12, 12s and the rest 13s, man. Yep, that was it. Crazy, man. Just stacked up there, like.
Yeah, for real. There was a lot. There was a lot, man.
Yeah, you get that out of here.
And it's funny because that, you know, as the people were coming outside, it's like, yo, there's a lot in there, and it's just, and you still you always nervous until it's your time to go in.
Yeah.
And
exactly,
as soon as I got in and I turned that corner, I was just like, God damn.
Yeah, I know it's like that moment when they open the doors, like when you get in, yo, that feeling I had. Well, I didn't really have that feeling because wasn't part of the line like you guys. Yeah. But you was at the trophy room when they did the
grand opening.
No, not the grand. I missed that. But I heard Just story with Fomer and all you guys.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Jumping in out of cars and whatnot. But the band once, I remember my number was called, bro. Bro, I never forget it, bro. I felt like the world just stopped because you out there with 500-700 people and there was 120 pairs. I don't know how many pairs it were, but I know it was like maybe 100 something. And I was number 26. Damn. I was like, yo, and then when you walk to the store, remember they did it in that little busing area, and you had to walk to the store. And then I remember walking to the store, and then it was like, I even did the video. My video, it was like a countdown. It was like number 24, number 25, number 26, and I was just bust through the door like, what? That feeling, I'm sure I know that feeling you're talking about because I know how that feeling was for me when I got my band once. I was like, I can't believe I freaking won. Like you feel like you won the lottery, man. You come in there, you see all these pairs. Like, bro, and I know you got another story you got to talk about too. You got I watched Just video when you won those
the cause fours.
Woo!
Bro, listen. Yo, so number one, I wasn't even supposed to go to that release. Like I was actually driving to New York that weekend, and I was leaving the day prior. So I think that happened on a Saturday, and I was leaving on a Friday. So I don't know what happened. I do know what happened. So Friday. Number one, I'm a late packer all the time. I don't know why, but I always do. I'm a late packer, but I'm an early unpacker. As soon as I get home, I unpack everything.
Really?
But when it's time to pack to go on vacation, bro, it takes me like day before, bro. So I didn't do it until that morning. And I smoked, and I just felt as if the time went by really fast, but I wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
So by the time I looked at it, it was already afternoon. So I remember my boy Big A. He lives further up. I forget where he lives, Deltona.
Oh, he's out
there. He had asked me if I could take something up to New York for him. So I was like, all right, straight. So by the time I drive out to him, it's already like 8 at night, and this is Friday. So when I get up there, he's like, "Yo, what's the miracle you're not going to the cause release tomorrow?" Like, and I'm like, "Nah, I'm driving to New York. I'm trying to get to New York. This and that." He's like, "Yeah, but like, did you get any sleep today?" And I'm like, "Nah, not really." And he's like, so you're gonna probably end up driving maybe like 4 hours and then stopping to sleep. And I'm like, all right. He's like, yo, you should just go home and just go to the cause release tomorrow. And I was like, damn, I would be only driving an hour back home. I could go directly to sleep, and then I could just go in the morning because they do it in the morning time. So I was like, all right. And that's what I did. I went back home. I went to sleep. I woke up. I went to the cause release in the morning. There was hella people out there. There was a lot of people out there.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna show it right now.
It's just that's Just's video. There was a lot of people. Yo, that shit wrapped like a few blocks.
Yo, really?
Yeah, because I remember that shit went down that way. It came up the other side of the street. That all the way back there. Look, that joint goes and it goes around the corner.
Yeah, he doing it too,
bro. That was a cause for release right there. That shit was wild.
Yeah, you're right. He's going around the corner, bro.
Look, he's about to turn. Look, there's people back there, and there was people still lining up, bro. So by the time they gave out, oh look, that's my boy Jill. That's what's up. So by the time they gave out all the tickets and stuff like that, they had to come out with like a megaphone to like call out the numbers and stuff. And I remember like a few people that I knew. One said I was dope. And then out of nowhere, bro, they called my number, bro. Ooh. Oh, Lord.
So get to that point where they called your number, bro.
No, I don't even think he got that footage, though.
I think he did.
Did he?
This is when I was chilling, right?
Might I say that's a dope ass.
This is it. This is when it was doing a call. Remember he's making
so they had us lined up. They had us lined up in the street.
Remember when he did the skit about the bums? Like, this is his owner. This is his owner.
Oh, that's what it was, because there was mad bums out there.
Yeah,
bro.
And that's who. Remember one won the ticket?
They don't fuck with that shit now. They don't like that shit. They don't like people bringing out the bums and yeah.
So that goes Zay.
Yo, right here, because I have my car parked at a spot where it was gonna end.
Okay.
So he told me if I got a ticket, if I won, what would I do with the ticket? And I told him that if I won the cause for and I went back to my car and there was a ticket, that I would have ate the ticket on camera.
I think I remember that.
Yeah.
This is like how crazy the line is, bro.
Yeah, look, there's like triple on each side. Look, there's bums as well.
Yeah,
because this shit is downtown, bro. Like, he can't be doing this shit in Disney Springs, bro.
No, hell no. That's the reason why.
Come on, bro. Mickey Mouse ain't having that shit, bro. Mickey Mouse gonna be like, man, y'all better get the fuck up on out of here with all that bullshit.
For real. Right now, we showing you guys the cause for release.
So this is downtown. Oh, look at your boy. You see your boy.
Yo.
That. Hit it with the dab.
Dab, yo.
Yeah, so I won. I ended up walking back to my car. I ain't have no ticket, thank God. And so peep this. So in classic form, I didn't get my size. So I literally walked outside and I sold them to my boy Chris. He bought them and he turned around and sold them to somebody else. So yeah, literally all in the same movement.
Damn.
Literally, I turned around. He was like, "Yo, I'll buy them." He paid me out. I handed it to them. He literally turned around and handed it to the next man and made 100 over what he paid me.
Hey,
so
that's what's up, man, bro. When I saw
took my happy ass to New York.
You still went to New York?
Yeah, I got right. That was what the thing was. I only went back because of the cause release. As soon as that happened, literally, I was prepared. I got right in my car with my bread.
Yeah.
I stopped. I got me some food, and I got right on fucking I-4 straight to I-95.
Wow. Yeah, I know you was feeling good on that car drive.
Yeah. What?
17-hour car drive, bro?
It didn't even feel like 17 hours, bro.
Nah, yeah, you floating, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Yo, that was a crazy come up, man. I was like, yo, when I was like, of all people win that, at least with somebody locally, you know what I mean? Cats come from Miami. Like these releases, bro. I've been chatting
for the damn opening. People were coming from other states, bro.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
Just opening, man.
People came from Cali. People came from all over, bro. But don't get me wrong. People came because they thought that there was going to be something there, and it didn't end up being that way. You know what I'm saying? They thought more limited product was going to be there. So a lot of people banked on, we going to fly out there. I'm going to go out with 2-3 people. Yeah. We're going to get 2-3 pairs, be able to flip, make money, stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, like there was, but it wasn't consistent throughout the line. So while the first few people might have ate, then a few people got regular stuff. And then a few more people, it was weird. It was broken up. I don't know if Trophy Room did it like that, like deliberately, on how they broke it up. So it's not like, let's say for instance, they got 30 cause fours. It's not like they gave it to the first 30 people in line. Nah. They was just bringing in boxes and just opening, and I think just giving out from there.
Yo, what I did know, Zay, and this is kudos to Trophy Room, they probably get more pairs of shoes than any other foot traffic site that I have seen. When I did it's Michael Jordan's son, bro. Like, that shit's wild. Like, that's like, utter respect. Like, I'm not like a super Jordan fan. Yeah.
But let me tell you something. The one thing that is like super impressive to me is that the man created something that his kids could eat off of
for the rest of their life.
His son could have been anything else. He decided to be a business owner selling his daddy's stuff.
Shoes, yeah.
That's insane.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy,
too, man.
He's super chill, bro.
You go in there,
super chill.
Yo, welcome to the family. I haven't signed I still got my son's hat, man. My 3, he was like 2.5, 3 at the time. I bought him both a cap from Trophy Room and have him signed it. Took a picture of my son, and
it was a dope concept. How he brought to you what was the Trophy Room. Like, imagine what it was like growing up being Michael Jordan's son. You know what I mean? Like,
That room had to be crazy like that.
I bet it's probably a little bit bigger.
The only thing that they can add to trophy room to really give it that feel is when you come in, like you got to take your shoes off and just walk around. Like it's a room, in your house. Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, I do give bigs up to them. I did get remember what was the last drop they dropped? Was it the 16s or the 15s? The one that was like 243 or 220 or 323. It was randomly priced. The gray joints. I want to say the 16s, right?
Was it the 16s?
Yeah, they're now at Nike outlets, which is
yeah. And you know what's funny? Like a bunch of them popped up at a Nike outlet in where was this? In Chicago somewhere.
Chicago, yeah.
Yeah. Because my boy was able to get a few of those pairs.
Oh, really? They pay a lot cheaper than I did. I paid $3 something day one. I just did it for the fans to support.
No, they were out there dumb cheap. They was like I want to say almost 100%. They was $99.
Damn.
Yeah.
Don't
get me wrong. The boxes were like trashed.
That was a disappointment, bro.
Matter of fact, listen, the boxes were trashed, and I'm almost certain the left shoe on every single one of those pairs, it was creased already.
You think so?
It already had the crease in the beginning. Yeah. Someone asked about the cause for it. I sold them. I'm almost 100%. It's either or, and it's either 1,400 or 1,500. And then my boy turned around and sold it for $100 over what he paid me. So it was definitely a good come up to go to New York.
Oh yeah, because what the retail for those 200?
I think it was like 250, 260. Was it 250? It might have been like 250 plus tax.
Yo, we're gonna get to the questions. I know a lot of people probably, if y'all still here, I think we got 30 in here right now.
Yeah, 35. We've been consistent.
35.
Yeah, there was a few questions in there.
Yeah, I know. I'm skimming. Sometimes we just, I'm just trying to vibe, bro. It's like so much.
I feel you,
man. I'm taking this in as well, bro. I know y'all see me at the Nike outlets probably once or twice a week, but this man, he, like he said, bro, some days he spent all day in there. He got way more knowledge than me, so I'm trying to soak that up, man.
At least every other day, every 2 days. Like I live down the block, and I've strategically positioned myself there throughout the years. Like I used to live like 45 minutes away, and those would be the days that I would go in there, bro, and I would get tight. I would get tight with employees. Like if I felt like as if like someone else got a shoe before I did or something like that, I would get tight, bro. Like I drove 45 minutes to 50 minutes, all the way over here to go through this. And then little by little, like what you start to realize, because even at that point, I wasn't even like reselling. Like reselling is new to me. Like the only reason I ever started reselling, the true reason, was so that I didn't have to dedicate so much of funds that I was making from a job to shoes. You know what I mean? Like after a while, like you gotta realize you're putting a lot of money, right? Into something that most times you're not even wearing, because there's other stuff that you're wearing. Imagine you buying 2-3 Jordans a week, because at this point they're releasing weekly. Yeah. There's no way you could get everything. You can't. There's no way. Not being a regular person. Like I'm a regular person. Not being reasonable. Yeah, like believe me, like I'm not. There ain't nothing unregular about me. I'm regular Joe Schmo like anybody else. So I'm sorry, like I can't see myself dropping a stack. To someone else. Like again, hey, I'm only counting my pockets. Like if someone else does it, like I don't got nothing against that. Yeah. I can't do it. I got kids. I can't either, bro. Yeah, I can't just be copping everything. So. And then realistically, do you need a copy? You know what I'm saying? Because there's some stuff that, like, cool. And unfortunately, like when it's 190, like you start asking yourself that, like you got to start questioning, like, yo, do I need to cop this, or do I got to pay a bill or do something? Mm-hmm. And what happens is you start going to Nike clearance, and then you start seeing the price points dropped tremendously. A lot of retros sometimes it'd be $100. Yo, God forbid, sometimes it'd be $100 and it'd be the 30. I was gonna get joints for $70, $80. There's no way you can go back to paying anything at the clearance at the mall. Yeah. Imagine going back to the mall. Like, you got me fucked up. Nah. I ain't about to pay $190. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, there's certain shoes to be a clearance person, there's one thing you gotta understand. You're not gonna get a day of. Yep. That's not how, it's like a process. It's a downward spiral for the shoe. Yep. By the time it makes it to clearance, it's because it's already been in the retail store, and more than likely it's already passed through the outlet. and it's already passed through Nike. Because if you don't know, like I believe, and again, this is not confirmed, but like when it goes to Foot Locker and they don't sell, Foot Locker sells it back to Nike.
Yep.
That's why those shoes go to the outlet.
Yep.
Because Nike gets it back. Nike ain't gonna just put it back on their website. No. They're releasing new product,
and you could tell with the sticker on the box lid.
Yeah, that's why like sometimes you'll go and you'll see that there's a Foot Locker sticker on the box.
Yep.
And you'll be like, "What the fuck?" Yeah. No, what it is that shoe didn't sell in that Foot Locker, and instead of Foot Locker taking a full loss on the shoe, what they do is they sell it back to Nike
at a lower price.
At least get some of their money back.
So I'm bringing up my theory on how these shoes got to the outlet, because you kind of hitting on it right now. So I might as well just address the. And
I think we were going into that, so it was a good build up. Go ahead.
My thought process on that, right? Just based on what you just said, like buying shoes back. There's also a situation where certain retailers can't afford the shoes. Example being, if I'm a mom and pop shop, and I have this license to buy X amount of pairs from Nike, and I'm doing that faithfully for a long period of time. And I don't know if there's a such thing, just like, you know, in the streets, you know, how like, yo, you give somebody some products, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to give them back their money when you sell your goods, right? So we'll call it loan. So some of these mom and pop shops, my belief, there could be a situation that these shoes were a loan to another store, but that store, I got two theories. Could be a loan. The Nike's like, all right, cool. We know what? Well, we'll hold your product to that check clear. It could have been like a big discrepancy. Something got lost by the wayside. Somebody never jumped on it. Like, hey, these people don't got the money on release day, so we're gonna have to hold these until this check clear, whatever. And it's got perpetuated over months and months and months. And then all of a sudden, they're like, yo, whatever happened to the product you're supposed to sell this company? Oh, they never paid us. Why are we sitting on this, man? Let's get this somewhere and then ship it to the Nike outlet. Or this could be a situation where certain stores reopen. Like in my case, this is a Jimmy Jazz. And when Jimmy Jazz opened locally, they had Band 1s. Now, Band 1s already were released 9 months prior, but they had a stock of them there. So this could be a situation where a store, these are all theories, speculations, my beliefs. Let's say, let's make up a store. Joe Smo supposed to open, let's say December 1st last year. So they got all these products and they're buying these products. They got, so you know, the Gatorade ones came out last year around Christmas time. So they bought that. And then those Win 92s came around Christmas time. They bought that. But the store never got open, for whatever reason. Let's say contract reasons. They couldn't, or it was a safety hazard. You can't build here no more. We can't open this store this year. So now they got these products that they got to sell them back to Nike, because they're the own independent store. That's not a franchise, so they can't give it to another store to sell for them. So they got to give it back. So Nike got all these shoes back, and it's just, so that was just my theory. Yeah, if that makes sense. Far-fetched?
So no. Actually, right along it. I think though, I think that, so like, you know, when you go on Sneakers app and you have shoes that like they sell out in a certain amount of time, and you're like, damn, like. So I feel like there's like a food chain with Nike, and Nike, what Nike does is Nike caters to every consumer in that food chain, or what they consider their food chain. And again, this is all speculation. So now at the top of the food chain, obviously, is Nike. Nike releases on its own website, the Sneakers app, whatever the case may be. At the same time, they go with the next person that's down the line, which is Foot Locker, Foot Action, all the major stores. Yeah. I feel like little by little, the mom and pop spots have been drying up. And that mainly, which is, it sounds kind of messed up. It's just my theory again, but I feel like everyone that be stunting early, Nike has to figure out where it is that you got that product early. Why is it that you are wearing that early? It's either fake, what they would consider fake, or it's a mom and pop spot that's selling early. Now, let me ask you a question. A mom and pop spot probably doesn't generate nowhere near the income that a Foot Locker does.
Definitely not.
So why on earth would you think that a mom and pop spot can release early and a Foot Locker can't? A Foot Locker releases on the day of release when Nike releases it on the website. Okay?
Yep.
There's so many people stunning early
that I feel like Nike has strayed away from the mom and pop spots. Because it's too much of a liability that the mom and pops are going to let it go early.
Yeah.
Why? Because they jack up the price. You know what I'm saying? That's how the mom and pops look at it. They take it, okay, it's $190. Why you think Foot Locker doesn't jack up the price? Foot Locker gives it to you for the retail value that Nike sent it over as. You know what I'm saying? So these are the sort of the levels for me. So you got Nike, you got Foot Locker, all the major chain stores.
Yeah.
They go ahead, they release it on day of. I don't think Nike releases all of its product on day of. I think Nike holds back. I feel like they hold back a certain amount and they just put it over in the stash.
Like they're playing space and shit.
Yeah, pretty much. So they put that joint over there, and then because you got to think, like, let's be honest, no Foot Locker return Travis Scott's.
They ain't happening. No,
that's not happening.
Yeah.
So nowhere am I expecting for the story to be that the Travis Scott came back from the Foot Locker. No, I think that's just stuff that Nike has off to the side. And then what happens is that they go ahead and release it in the outlet stores and the clearance stores for the buzz. You know what I'm saying? If I have this is how I'm thinking as a business owner. If I have a store and I got a lot of shirts, let's say I'm sitting on a lot of shirts, a lot of shorts, a lot of clothing, how can I get a lot of people here to possibly buy sneakers and purchase something? When you went there, what did you purchase?
I got the Scots and the tins, the Shadow tins.
Okay. Did you purchase any clothing?
Yeah, I did. The first go around, first date.
What'd you get?
Got 2 pairs of shorts, t-shirt, and some socks. Real cheap.
Cool. It's their own product. So all they had to do was put a sign on the front of the door saying that there was going to be Travis Scott's on Thursday.
Well,
and guess what? You came to buy Travis Scott's. You bought 2 pairs of shorts. You bought a shirt. You bought socks.
Yeah.
You're the best customer for them. Now, if they could just get 175, 200 people to do exactly what you did, then guess what? We just moved a bunch of clothing that we were sitting on. We made space for more stuff. And what did we do? We gave up some Travis Scotts that we had sitting in a warehouse somewhere anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my theory on why they put that sign up. You know what I'm saying? They hadn't had a sale for a minute. So a lot of clothes was sitting I was noticing the racks. Like, you could just notice, like, and maybe it's just me. I'm in the motherfucker every day. Like, you could feel the temperature of the store. You could feel when a sale's about to come because the racks are packed, like, to the point where you can't even separate them. There's so many shirts.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, a 30% comes up. You know, the 30% comes around the corner. Oh shit, 30%. Then you start seeing people buy shirts. Me, like, as soon as the 30 hits, I shop for me. I shop for my 2 sons. I start hitting up my girl. I tell my girl, yo, tell your friends. Like, if anybody need clothing, it's 30% off. Like, it's the best time to shop. Like, it's still quality clothes. Imagine you're getting shirts for $10, shorts for $12. And these are the same shorts, remember, because there's levels to it. So it goes from Nike to Foot Locker. It doesn't sell at Foot Locker. It comes back to Nike. It goes to the outlet. It's not selling at the outlet. It goes to clearance, and clearance, it can't go nowhere. So it's got to price down.
It was roll, bro.
That's it. And believe me, it'll get sold.
Well, it could go to TJ Maxx and Marshalls in there.
That's something else. But I feel like they don't ever get like something that's like super hot. Like,
well,
you know what I mean? Like,
the last year, people were saying that they found fragments in Ross. So
Ross,
remember that
the Ross thing? It's never been something that I'm just gonna be like, yo, that's a lie, because I know it's not a lie. Like, my boy is cop phones there for $50. You know what I'm saying? But it's rare. You know what I'm saying? It's very rare. Like, the Ross stuff is just rare. So
it happens, but not so far between.
Yeah, but those Travises, like, I just feel like it's almost like playing cards. Like, Nike's strategic, man. There's a reason why Nike's number 1.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
Riddle me this then. So, of all, I don't know, I'm gonna throw this out there. All 80 plus Nike outlet stores in the United States, why that store?
Number 1, it's and I don't know, but I'm almost 100% sure that if we're not number 1, then we're number 2 as far as either sales. I think sales, yeah. And it'd be so funny, bro, because like sometimes like you look, and again, this is a issue with like management and stuff like that. Like, you know, they go above and beyond not to sell you product. It doesn't make sense sometimes. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I understand the 2 per so that everyone can eat.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not trying to sound greedy or nothing like that. But like with other stuff, like they give you such a hard time on how many you could buy and stuff like that. And they're just sometimes so worried about the wrong thing. Like, who cares what I'm reselling? Like, you know, like you should be using me to your advantage to move more product. You know what I'm saying? Like, isn't that the basis of the store, to sell the product?
Yeah.
But I'm sure that they've established rules because, you know, people take advantage and people may buy too much stuff. Cool. Granted, that's understandable. But that store makes millions, bro. Millions of dollars. Like the tourists are always in there.
You know what's so funny?
Always like this.
Furthest store of all of them. Do you think that's the reason why it's out there as well?
Where, as far as it is?
Yeah, because
it is deep. It's the deepest one out of all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're coming from the Orlando side, then it's pretty deep. It's like a 50 minute drive.
I was doing I'm working on it as we speak. I'm doing a outlet guide to show people when they come, because I got people that come from, you know, overseas.
And the thing is that, like, one thing I definitely want to state, like, as much info as we're giving you, I don't ever want you to get it misconstrued and think that this is like a daily thing. It's not. Like, this is not a daily thing where Travis's is coming out. No, it's not. Like, shoes released there, but you gotta be there.
Yeah,
like, you gotta be in the store. And sometimes that requires waiting. And sometimes you don't got time to wait. Like, we got regular lives that we gotta live. So I'm not in the store nearly as much as I used to be.
Yeah.
You know, I still score, cool, but other people score as well, you know? Like, that's just how it is.
My track record, I'm 100% in the last 5 visits. And I'm saying that because
but your track record as scoring,
like,
what are you scoring?
Getting stuff I want. Yeah, exactly. Like, it doesn't, like, you know, some people could say, what, you got a pair of Jordan shorts for like cheap? That's eating. But yeah, it's all about, you know, what you make out of it. I'm talking about for sneakers. Let's just throw that up there, because every time I go there, I do buy something. So
you're at least finding the sneakers that you want.
Oh yeah, I wanted those. Yeah. I wanted those. I got the suede ones. One's my joint, right? So I got the blue ones there. One was it from there. Nah, it probably wasn't. Was it there? Think real quick. Yes, it was there. The blue suede ones. They had them for $50 with, or maybe $60. It was cheap. I ended up paying like $50.
It's probably like $69.
Yeah. And then I went to Foot Action. I went to Red Joints. My homeboy, he lives in Cali. He's like, yo, they got the red joints on Foot Action. 11.5. I'm buying them. I was like, nigga, you don't wear 11.5, bro. You wear 11. Yeah, I'm just gonna buy them. So he bought them. He got them. He tried them on. It's too big. He said, I'm returning them. I was like, cool. I said, you know what? Return them, and I'll just buy them from that store and have them shipped. Because if I have you ship it to me, it's gonna cost me like $20 shipping and handling over from San Fran. So return it to the store. I get the free shipping and the free shipping. Get to the spot. So I went to the store. The man did his thing. He ordered it. He worked it out. He ordered the shoe. The shoe showed up. It was horrible, bro. They say it's probably the last shoe, and it was probably like was on the shelf, and because the suede was all messed up, matted, and everything. So I was kind of disappointed. So I returned that joint, right? Shortly after I returned it, 2 weeks later, I was in the outlet and I saw those. There was multiple pairs, like to a point I took the best quality of each shoe. One shoe out of it, right? And I was like, because I was debating, I was like, should I get 2? I was like, nah, I'm gonna leave it here for somebody else can get it. So me and my son, I picked up 2 pairs, got the best out of them. And I was like, I know I saw a 3rd pair. So we combing through the outlets looking for the 3rd pair just to see what the quality is. And then we looked all over the outlet. We couldn't find it. Then we saw a bag posted up in the corner. And it was a bag full of Jordan 1 Reds. It was somebody who had all of them, bro, ready to resell. And I was like, damn. But I got my pair, so I was cool. Yeah. So that's what started off. So I'm like, yo, I got luck here. Let me go back. So I went back. And then I started finding other stuff and other stuff. So every time I've been back since then, it's always been a positive. Like I always leave that store with bags in my hand, like, and shoes I want. Ain't like, oh, this is hitting for $80. This is a good deal. I guess I'll get it. No, it's like, oh shit, they got these.
And that's the dope part about it. Like, again, it's not saying that
you're gonna find heat every time, but you're definitely gonna find stuff that you like that you may not have wanted to pay retail for.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have the opportunity to pay under retail for it, and you're gonna jump at the opportunity. You get so used to paying retail that when you finally get something, even if it's 30, 40 off, you're like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times that clearance store, I don't even know what those ones be hitting for. What they hit for, like 150, 160?
140 for the regular
40. So
Yeah.
imagine you paid like 69, you paid like 59, and then imagine you catch it on a 30% off. Now the next time you go back, next time you go to the mall, you're like, damn, do I really want to pay 140 for these? Again, clearance. If I love to shop at clearance, and the one thing that I had to give up was that having it on day of release. Yeah, that's it. You got to choose one life or the other.
Yeah,
you can't have both, and unless you want to pay retail. If you don't want to pay retail no more, then cool. Get out of that mindset that you got to have a day of, and just wait till it hits the clearance store.
That's true.
Imagine the more people that don't buy it day of release, the more pairs will go to the clearance store. It's just it's the math, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you don't see it in the clearance store, it's because it's sold where it was at. If it doesn't sell, the store has to give it back to Nike. Nike's gonna then in turn send it to its clearance stores and its outlet stores.
That's a damn good point. Good strategy. You heard them, guys, man. Stop buying all these Jordan's Day release, man. Let them hit the outlets, bro.
Or you know what? And it's not even don't buy them. Don't kill yourself to buy it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, still live life. Like, don't be like where you're just stuck on the release calendar. And that's all you're doing. All your money is going towards new releases, and that's it. And that's it. And guess what? Like, life's passing you by, and the same shoe that you went and paid double for, and probably didn't go out. You didn't get to chill. You ain't spend no time with the family. You ain't do nothing because you was broke. Guess what? I got it at a fraction of a cost, and I still had a good time while getting it. So just don't break the bank to get it on day of release. You don't have to. You're gonna get it cheaper one day. Believe me.
And speaking of cheap, man, I'm gonna tell you my biggest come up, and my biggest come up in a Nike outlet. I'll say this real quickly. After that Jordan 1, I was able to find the red metallic foams. I got them for $63.
There we go. That sounds right.
But I was there, literally. I walked away. I was in the aisle, where they keep all the signature shoes, the big aisle where they keep the Nike IDs. Me and my son was there. I walked away to go and look at shoes for him. Came back, and there was a guy who had 6 pairs in his hand. I'm like, what the hell happened? And I was like, damn it, man, I missed it, right? So 20 minutes later, I'm like, I'm leaving the store. Oh, no, I had returned. I returned my He Got Games. So I went to the store. I went to the car. I came back in, cashed me out, about to walk out the door, and I saw people got more pairs in their hand. I'm like, what the hell? So I walked over there trying to be nosy, trying to figure out what's going on. And there was a guy taking a picture. I was like, are these size 12? He's like, yo, 11 and a half. They're close in size for me. And the other guy's like, well, I'm just taking pictures. I don't care. I'm like, you don't want them? So I took them off his hand. Got him it was $99. Got him for $99, bro. So just show you the opportunity, man. Like, you never know what's going to release at what given time. The guy already picked up all 6 pairs, what I thought was all that was left in the store. 20 minutes later, they bought more pairs out. And if it was just right time for me, I guess, because I was about to literally walk out that damn store, and I heard people congregating around the shoes, and I walked back, and that's how I was able to get that pair. And then good thing about another Nike outlet, you let me know towards the end if we got any tricks or tips. What I do is hold on to the shoe. So if you're into reselling, what you want to do is hold on for the shoe for a good week or two, because you can always take it back to get additional discount. So I bought that shoe for $99, no discount. The week later, my homeboy hit me up like, yo, there's a discount in the store.
Yeah. It's called price adjusting.
Yep.
And technically you're allowed to do it. You just can't abuse it.
Okay.
But if you go with one, some people be trying to go with, they've been shopping, like they mainly have an issue when it's like a reseller that's doing it, because a reseller is going in there buying 5, 6, 7 pairs a day. So imagine if you're stockpiling all those shoes and then you come in to do a price adjustment. Yeah. And the way the price adjustment is it's got to be 2 weeks from when you bought it.
Yep.
So if you buy it and there's no sale in the store, and then they put a 20 or they put a 30, you got to bring the product back to the store with your receipt, and they'll give you the sale price.
Yep.
They'll give you the money back, however you pay. So if you pay with a credit card, it's going to go back on a credit card, or it'll be like the damn credit for the store or whatever. But let's say you get it on a 20% off, and then they put a 30. You can't come in and say, yo,
I got it on the 20. I want that 10% that I missed out on. No, it's got to be from no sale to a sale. And whatever the sale is, they'll give you that back. But they be dudes trying to take boxes, bruh, coming in where they got to dedicate a register just to that.
Damn.
And that's what pisses the managers off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, if it's someone like you that's just doing it, yeah, you can do that shit. And you'll get the sale price. If it's within 2 weeks of when you bought it, sale price, you good.
Yeah, man. So that's a definitely good outlet tip when you're hunting, man. Because not only you getting shoot for discount, like you said, because
that you consider was your biggest come up there?
No, I didn't get to that. So my biggest come up was now just for pricing. I don't think what would we consider big come up? Like a shoe you always wanted, or we say like far as like value of the shoe, what you paid for it versus what it went for? What would be what category would you put biggest come up in?
I have 3, and the 3 that I have all fall under value.
Okay, so my value one would be we can say the red metallic, that's one of them. The second one would be the yin and yang ones. And this is how green I was. This was in a Nike Outlet Tampa video I did. It was in Ellington. They had the yin and yang ones for $24. Multiple pairs. Guess what I did? I said, let me get my size 11.5 and my size 11.5 in both colors, and that's all I want. Keep the other hundreds you have.
Wow.
I even hit. There's another cash out the wavy if you're watching this. Another YouTube cat. I remember he was looking for a pair, so I hit him up like, yo, what size he wear? And he's like, yo, I wear this. They didn't have his size, so I was like, all right, I'm good. You can have this bag, and I give him back $24. Not gonna bought multiple pairs.
That's wild.
That was my biggest come. I actually got a video on that. And then, so I did just like you. People don't believe when you have these stories, people don't believe you. So I did a separate video just explaining how I got my shoes for $24. On top of that, that's when we had the $10 coupon. So your boy was able to use that. But I ran out though on one of them. So I got to the last shoe. So here's it. So peep this. So there's 2 Nike outlets in Tampa. There's one in Wesley Chapel, which is the fairly new one. Salute to the staff, yo. The cool cats. It's like when you go in there, people know you. It's like cheers. Everybody know your name. When I go there, yo, they show love, man. They're always like, yo, Frank, I got this. You want this? So I really appreciate when they do that. And the manager, the coach, you know, he watches my videos. He's the one that told people in Orlando about me. And I remember going to a Nike outlet in Orlando, and a manager came up and said, you ball on the budget? I'm like, yeah. He goes, yeah, we had a conference the other day. Somebody told me about you. And I was like, really? What conference? So I went to the Tampa store like a week later, and I ran to the manager. He goes, hey, man, I told people in Orlando about you. It just put together. I was like, that was you? So even the coaches know about me, right? So that was dope. So I went to that store, walked through the door, yo. Another cat manager there. I don't want to name drop, but you know who he is. He's like, yo, what size you wear? I was like 11.5. So I got something for you. It wasn't extravagant. He bought me some Air Jordan 2 highs, the red and black, the breads. I was like, all right, how much? He's like, yo, $34 with 20 off. I was like, yo, say no more.
Say no more.
That same day, I left that store, went to the Ellington. That's when I ran into the yin and yang. So I got 3 pairs of shoes for under 100. And me being nice and modest, I left stuff on the table so people could eat. Yo, I left leftovers, bro.
Everybody's like that.
What I know now, unfortunately, you guys may not want to hear it, but yo, I could have bought a couple pairs to pay for them. You know, because I'm not.
You could have, at the very least, you could have paid for the trip.
Definitely.
Because that's what, you know, and that's honestly, that's one of the things that gets people into reselling. That's what got me into reselling. Like, bro, like you spend a lot of money on shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like, and eventually you got to try to get some of that money back. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard, bro. It's hard just being a normal person, just buying stuff. You know, one thing you touched on earlier that we didn't really elaborate on is you said, yo, it got to a point that once I got my paper straight, like I wanted this, I wanted that. Like, yo, when you get older, like that's eventually what happens. Don't get me wrong. Like some of the kids now, they got high standards to meet when they get older because they're like, yeah, you had some crazy shit when you was younger. Me, when I was younger, bro, I ain't had shit.
Nothing. Yeah, they got high standards.
So as soon as I got to a point where I could afford to buy whatever I want, I bought everything. And your ass will go broke quick doing that. So
it was strategic, bro. Like when I'm talking about, when I say that, I ain't ashamed to say it. Like there was times, even when I was doing YouTube, when I started doing YouTube 3 years ago, Like the way I budget my money is I budget off releases. So I would get one release a month. Like now I can buy whatever I want when I want it because I put myself in that financial situation. But when I was going through like trying to figure out like this whole YouTube buying equipment, that's another thing. Like buying all this equipment, like that's another cost. So imagine doing that and then at the same time trying to buy shoes. Because I told myself and that timeline that I wrote when I create this channel is still up there. My goal of doing this channel was to buy nostalgia type shoes like the Levi, like not Levi's, but the Grand Hills, shoes that I played ball in when I was younger, and play basketball in them today to see how they fit. And I remember my homeboy telling me, he's like, yo, nobody want to see you playing old Grand Hills. You might need to start buying Jordans. And I was like, at 190? Hell no, I ain't buying no Jordans to play no basketball in. I said, man, I might buy Jordans just to review. And then I got caught up in it.
Yeah.
And I started buying shoes. Then I realized I can't afford to buy shoes every week.
Not every week.
I had to pick.
Shit, at that rate, I'm gonna have to be buying these bitches and returning them.
That's what
it's like, yeah, and that's, let me tell you something. That's, it's not rare. Yeah, it's not rare that
these cats return
someone that you watching is buying something and possibly returning it. I'm sorry, like.
Yeah. Now, what I do, my rule of thumb is I won't buy it if I don't want it. So even though it was worth a video,
which don't get me wrong, I never thought that was wrong though, because as a person that's reviewing shoes, it really shouldn't matter whether you kept it or not. You know what I'm saying? Like now, if you trying to stunt on social media and taking pictures and you taking pictures in the shoe and this, that, and the third, and then you returning it, then your stunt is a little weird.
Yeah.
But if you just copping it to review it, to show it in hopes to build a channel, there's nothing wrong with that, man.
That's fair.
There's people that want to see that. You know what I'm saying? There's people that want to see that content. There's nothing wrong with that content. Don't get me wrong. There's not a lot of people that probably want to see that because, like, I feel like at that point, like reviewing shoes, it's like, what are you telling me that the blog sites haven't been trying to jam in my face for the last 6 months? Yeah. You're not telling me, you know what I'm saying? Like at this point, I want to see how you rocking that shit.
Yep.
I want to see if you're doing a lace swap on it. I want to, what's your opinion on it? Oh shit, his opinion is like mine. That's crazy. Yep. All right, Val. Like, I don't need you to tell me, what color a panel is or, nah. Like, or you know what? Matter of fact, what's really important that I don't really see a lot of people doing? Show me what the box look like. Only because when I go to buy a pair and I need to, if someone wants to sell me a pair, and I'm thinking about doing a deal with somebody, one of the first things I do is I go to YouTube to see if I know there's a legitimate source that has reviewed this shoe so that I could check out the video real quick as I'm looking at the shoe that I'm about to do business with. Yeah. The box look, everything good. All right, cool. Thank you to the person that they gave me that information. It looks like, you telling me, what it may feel like, maybe you pressing your finger up against it. So now I see what it looks like when you're doing that. Maybe I could do that on the shoe that I'm trying to purchase. So stuff like that is valuable information. That's definitely needed. I don't need you to tell me, what the color of the swoosh is. It's blue. Yeah. Okay, we see that. You know, tell me something else though.
Yeah, I agree. I my biggest thing, I can't do reviews. I'm not a review channel. I'm not. That's not me.
Yeah, like and it's like a, how would you say? It's like an old sport in a way.
Got it.
Because that's how I started. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But again, like mine was, I guess what worked for me was that even though it was a shoe review, it was a lot more of an opinion because again, I didn't do it to start on YouTube. I accidentally fucked up and put a video on for it to be viewed and someone saw it. Like, but before that, I had a shitload of videos that were on private, and then so what happened was I just started opening up the ones that were private, and then
Damn, that's
took
crazy,
off from there.
Bro.
Yeah,
that's so crazy that you just doing just to catalog your shoes.
I was just doing it to catalog the shoes because my computer had crashed twice and I was losing the photos. You know what I'm saying? And someone told me we'll just upload the photos to MySpace, and I was just like, I think there was something wrong with it where I don't think you could upload just an absorbent amount of photos. Like Facebook now, you could just keep uploading and uploading and uploading, and it'll never stop.
Yeah, back then
I don't think MySpace was like that in the beginning. I think it was like a certain amount of space, or
it was definitely.
So I needed somewhere where I could catalog everything and not lose it. And someone said, "Yo, just do it on YouTube and just leave it unlisted, and you'll be able to have all the videos."
That's crazy, man. That's crazy how people journey started, and it could be accident. Like me, same thing with the outlet, right? I remember watching Mike Rich doing it. I watched him doing his videos. And I was like, oh, he's in Orlando, okay. And I just randomly let me do an outlet vlog. You know what I mean? But here's the thing: I was always taking pictures of shoes back in the days, back in 08, 09. I got shoes that catalog of shoes of pictures I took, like the old LeBrons. I forgot. I think it's called.
Shit, I wish I had all my old photos.
Yeah. I've been doing it for a long time.
But then again, had I had my old photos, I probably would have never got on YouTube.
True.
So it's like a gift and a curse in a way.
Yeah, man. That's a good point too. You're right. We don't know what, and yeah, that's a good point, man. But when you think about the prices of outlets back then, like, okay, first you never told. Yeah, I'll let you expound on what shoes was your biggest come up.
Yo, biggest come ups at the outlet. There's 3. I'm gonna go from I guess least to highest.
All right.
So the least was I scored the off-whites. I got the Hyperdunk one.
Yeah.
So they had a few Hyperdunks, and I think they had one. I forgot what the other model was that was there. It wasn't the ones. I think it was the Blazers. Was it a pair of Blazers that was in that off-white, that first collection?
The one I think you got the Air Max. Was it?
No, I definitely got the Hyperdunk.
I'll double check.
Yeah, but there was probably like 5 Hyperdunks, and there was one other model. I forgot which model was there.
Because you was on Steak Puff. You was on Steak Puff.
Yeah. And if you see in that picture, I don't even think in the picture the other shoe comes out. I think you can only see the Hyperdunks. So I got the Hyperdunk. That's number 3. Number 2, I caught the Wing 12s.
Okay, really?
Yeah. So and that was when I was already living down the block. So my boy hits me up and he's like, yo, where you at? And I'm like, yo, I'm at the crib chilling. He's like, yo, you might want to get down here. They pulled out Wing 12s. And I'm like, nah. So at the time, I ain't have no whip. And that's one of the great things about living down the block from clearance was that I didn't really need a whip. Literally, it was a 5-minute walk.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, I did have a bike, and I biked my ass all the way to the store, bro. And as I'm getting in there, my boy's already online paying. I'm walking towards the middle because the stuff's in the middle.
Yeah.
I walk towards the middle, and someone that already paid that knows me is standing there, and they're like, almost to say, there's no more, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, bro. And I stayed right there for a second. I was a little butthurt, bro.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn. And I turn around. And so when they dropped them at retail. And they the box top was missing or something. Yeah, $225, I think it was. Yo, some old man walks back. He's walking back with a pair of Wing 12s in his hand. And he's like, oh my Lord, they're insane. They want $225 for these. Bruh, anybody want? Yo, he didn't even finish the sentence, bruh. And I snatched the shit out that. Give me that.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Took them joints, went straight, checked out. The good part was that if the old man had not come back, I think I still would have been gravy because there was actually an employee that tried to purchase a pair of Wing 12s and his card declined. And they weren't holding, not even for the employees that day. So because his card declined, listen, this is the worst part. Because his card declined, he walked the pair back to the shelf, bro. And he put it back on the shelf.
Walk of shame.
And one more person walked in after that and copped that shoe. Damn. So Wing 12s, I got Wing 12s. That's my second one.
Sure.
My first, and the Wing 12s was retail.
Okay.
The off-whites were retail. Mm-hmm. This was the one that I think
numero uno.
The shoe, because it makes it number one, is because of the shoe that it is.
Yeah, okay.
And the price that it is.
Okay.
This was another one that was priced low, and it was during a 30%. So I think these were $89, and it was the Dornbecker 3s. Dornbecker 3s. And Dornbecker 3s have released at our clearance store at least 3 or 4 times. Don't get me wrong, not recently. Back in the day. I don't know how to say. But matter of fact, I'm wrong. It's released a while ago because that one was purchased a while ago. But sometime last year, because I believe we were at Social Status in Tampa, and Social Status in Tampa hasn't been open that long.
Nah, let's. But
yeah, so sometime within this last year, someone hit us up and was like, yo, you're never gonna believe this. There was 3 pairs of Dornbecker 3s on the rack. It wasn't even like it was like in the main row where like all the general release shit is at. It was just sitting there. And it was supposedly like a white boy and his girlfriend, and he didn't even really know what it was. He just grabbed it because it was red. He liked red shoes. He grabbed it. He grabbed 2 of the pairs, and the person that called me was the person that grabbed the 3rd pair.
So
if I remember the story correctly,
they'll let that boy grab 2 pairs because it was red.
Yeah,
he didn't know what he had, but he just
listen. There's some days that you catch it, and again, this is a management situation. There's some managers that they don't know shit about that exclusive stuff. They know Nike, they know like the tech, the running tech, and all that type of stuff to talk to regular customers, but they not all up on that super limited shit. Is Travis Scott? They'll be like Air Jordan 4. What color code? You can't just hit it with the Travis. What about the Travis? They won't know what the hell you're talking about. There's some managers that are like that. And that just told me that they caught it on a day where the manager was probably one of those. Yeah. He probably had a bunch of employees that were either new or didn't know nothing because they put the shit right on the rack. They didn't even put it in the middle. Clearly. You know what I'm saying? It was right on the rack. But super come up. So I didn't score my pair then. I scored my pair years ago. And it was in the middle. Yeah. Dornbecker 3s.
Yeah, that Dornbecker 3s took the cake, bro. Like, man.
Dornbecker 3s, Wing 12s, and the off-white Hyper Dunks are my top list. Man. Now, that's not to say that I haven't scored other store, but to me, those have been the what? Yeah, exactly. Like that. How is this happening? Yeah, what? The 12s especially. I was like, because that's when the 12s was high in resale price.
8, 9, bro. Yeah, that thing was up there.
Don't get me wrong, the box was damaged, so that's usually everyone's like little technique to try to get it low. Yo, but the box is damaged.
Like, get out of here, man. You wearing the box?
Be like, well, how much you want? Yo, give me like $200 off for the box. What? Come on, bro.
You gonna put that in a clear case, anyways, bro?
You gonna put it in a clear case, bro? I already know, right? I know you got the clear cases at the house. Stop it.
Yeah, go and buy one on eBay. I'm sure you can get like a Wings box for like $50
for real.
But
the 11s. So because we got off the 11s.
Yeah, we did.
You saw the info I sent you today, right?
Yes.
All right. Yes. So that was another thing that I thought was kind of odd because a lot of those Travis boxes were damaged. There was a few Gatorades that were missing paper. I know it doesn't sound like something big, but the Gatorades were missing paper. The Travises, there was a bunch of them that the boxes were smashed. And you weren't there in the beginning when they first opened, but the manager came out and he specifically said, yo, if the box is damaged, you can't just be asking for more sizes and he's going to be running back and forth to switch the box. Exactly. Yeah. So a lot of boxes were like that, just beat up, kind of beat on the top and stuff like that. There was one box that damn near the whole front on the front was like torn open. You could see the shoe inside the box. So, you know what I'm saying? And God forbid you ask for that size. Remember, the manager said there ain't going to be no, oh, this shoe's messed up. Could I switch it with that one? And could I switch? No. They had way too many people there to be doing that. So
it did it for me, though.
It worked out for you. You asked for the size. They was going to give you the box, and that's the one you were taking. Yeah. So someone got stuck with that really trashed box.
Yo,
there was a few people.
There was another one, man. The 10s, bro. The 10s was just as horrible, bro. The lids, it's just
and then the 11s, I'm hearing, had water damage.
Yeah, I wish we could show you it, but it's no bueno.
Yeah. So, there was someone that I spoke to today that had a little bit of info on those 11s, and his pair, like you're just copping and you're in the frenzy of copping and you walk out. He didn't even take the 11s out the box. Like he thought he was winning. Yeah, clearly. He paid, he left, and he's just getting to that bitch today. That release was Thursday, right? That was Thursday last week. He's just opening the box today. And he pulls them joints out. Mind you, they was already sold. They already supposed to be going to somebody. Now you got to break it to somebody that, you know what I mean? He just took them shits out the box today, and they all on the midsole. You saw it. It was all black and all moldy, and
Yeah, so it sucks. And then he said he looked at the box and then he realized the box had water damage.
You're so when you get caught up in buying like the hype, right? That feeling, oh man, all that goes out the window, bro. It's like studying for a test, right? You could be on point, your family could be quizzing you. You sit in front of that, you sit at that desk, and you get the first question. It's like, fuck, you forget it, you go blank. Same thing happened to me with those Jordan 11 hyper, was it a hyper? Yeah, the Hyper Royals, the new joints that came out.
Yeah,
I got 2 pairs of those that day. Both of them size 12 because I want to double up on them, right?
Yeah.
The second pair, technically the first pair I purchased was already laced. Somebody rocked them. The Nike Air stamp was even on the. I didn't even notice because you're so caught up. I didn't realize until the next day I got home. I'm looking at my shoes, and then it dawned on me like, yo, one of them are laced. Matter of fact, both shoes are laced.
And one's supposed to come laced.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Because my other ones, I bust out my shoes just in case I have to show stuff. This is what they're supposed to look like.
That's what they're supposed to look like, not laced.
Bro, laced up and worn. Like the Nike Air, gone. I looked underneath the shoe. It doesn't look like it's been worn, but you could tell, bro. The person choked it up. Kind of pissed me. I'm like, yo, if you're gonna return a pair of shoes, at least have the decency to rock them with care, bro.
Yeah,
like, try to make it less or least obvious. It was clearly obvious. The shoe was choked, man. But to your point, I got caught up in getting 2 pairs, not even thinking.
Which is another thing that I feel like we've kind of got jerked on, and now it's almost become like an expected. So now when you go for a release, no matter where it's at, whether it's at Foot Locker, whether it's at Nike, motherfuckers don't even try on shoes no more.
Nah.
You know what I mean? Like they totally eliminated that process. Like you can't even come on. Hell, the majority of people don't even want to because they're not going to rock it immediately, or they want to hold on, or they don't want it to lose value. Mm-hmm. Like we've been pretty much bamboozled out of that process of being able to go into the store and say, yo, let me get an 11 and a half. Yeah. And they bring out an 11 and a half and you try them on and you stunt in front of the little mirror.
Feel good about yourself.
I'm gonna take these. Yeah. We don't really do that no more. I mean, it'd be the line, we be zombies in there. Yeah, 11 and a half, man. You're straight in the bag and we out. And that's the win.
They get our money.
Hell, listen, you'll be damned if you even see someone rock shit out the store. They don't even do that no more. I remember rocking your shit when it was time to purchase shoes. You rocked the shittiest pair of shoes that you had in your collection to the mall, and you threw them shit straight in the garbage, bro. And you walked out fresh. You know what I'm saying? You had your box in your bag and stuff like that, but your joints was on feet. People don't even do that no more.
Yo, I saw somebody did that with the UNC 10s, bro. I was in Gainesville. I went there to pick up. There was only me and him in the line. That's a whole nother conversation for those who follow DMD. But I bought that shoe day one. And I remember checking out. Somebody was in front of me. He came with the whole outfit. He had a black shirt with the gray hits.
He was ready.
He threw that right on his feet. But yo, kudos to him. He got what he wanted.
That's dope. You don't really see shit like that no more.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
There was one other thing, man. I know it's running kind of late. We probably been on this joint for 2 minutes. 2 hours.
Yo, I'll tell you this: whether people have left or came in, has been consistent. So that's dope, man. Hopefully we have some entertaining stuff.
Definitely, man. I know we ain't even answer any of the questions in the.
Want to jump into a few real quick?
Yeah,
kind of just get them out there.
Yeah, let me scroll back as far as I can, man. Like, let me scroll back 2 hours ago.
We'll try to keep these answers quick so we get to as many as we can.
Yeah. Go ahead, yo. If you guys want to ask us again some questions that you asked earlier, because I know we was just going, man. So go ahead and ask those questions over again in the chat below. Definitely, and we'll get to them. I'll try to scroll through if I can.
I seen one asking me if I ever worked at Nike. Nah, I never worked at Nike.
Go for 6.5 men's. Let's see. Damn, boy, you got hella shoes. This ain't with the white tongue. I know. I'll take this. I'll take this one from earlier. I remember somebody did ask me about those pine greens and court purple ones that's dropping this weekend. What's your thoughts on those? Is that a cop? It's gonna be a reseller shoe? You think?
I'm not really into ones at all. I don't really have any ones, which is kind of weird because I love dunks. I love dunk highs. I love Nike SB Dunk highs. So it's always kind of odd that I've never really gravitated towards the ones. So it definitely wouldn't be a cop. And if there's a profit margin of anything over $40-$50, then definitely I'm copping a flip.
Yeah, actually, so that's interesting, man. You just dive into another topic, right? What is the profit margin for someone to be a reseller? I know it varies per person, right? There's somebody who can buy 5 shoes, only make $5, and that's $15 of profit. They feel that's a waste of time. But there's people who buy 80 pairs.
Well, it just depends. You know what I'm saying? Like my time is not. Well, my time shouldn't be calculated the same as your time. You know what I'm saying? You know, whatever. You've got to look at yourself, and you've got to value yourself and your hours. And it's not to say that, you know, $15 profit is not good enough. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say that. Believe me, like if I still put like change that I find on the street, I pick it up. You know what I mean? Like I'm not leaving nothing behind. So I don't think there's like a set margin. I know that what I've set for myself is I usually like to aim for like a $40 or $50 profit.
Got it.
If there's not a 40-50 plus profit, then I try to at least gravitate towards something else and leave that product for people that want it. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
You know, at the same time, I'm not gonna deny that. Yeah, I do resell shoes. You know what I mean? But at the same time, to take into consideration, for me, it was either I start doing that or I would have to cut back on buying shoes altogether because I just have other responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? So at least with flipping shoes, you know, here and there, I got a little extra. And yeah, I may cop a shoe and flip it, but it's not to take that money and not buy something that I actually want. You know what I'm saying? So if I see anything over a $40, $50, $60, $70 profit margin, then I'll try to aim for it. Yeah. Because that's 70 I could put towards a shoe that I want for myself.
Yeah. Who would it? Like, I mean, I you know, that was just.
And there's some people that make the $15 profit. That's cool. Like, hey, listen, like if you know, $15 is $15, bro. Like, I'm not.
Adds up.
I ain't about to act like it ain't nothing because $15 is $15. But yeah, like I don't think there's like a set amount. I think, you know, it just depends on, you know, what you feel is comfortable. Yeah, you can make a few bucks, and you know, it's not like I feel like resellers get a bad rap because at the end of the day, like I'm putting a product in somebody's hands. Yeah, somebody wants this. You know what I'm saying? They're just paying me a fee because I was able to get it and they weren't. Unfortunately, guess what? All of America works on that same basis. Like you don't walk into Walmart and be like, yo, I don't want to pay $4 for this gallon. I should pay what you paid for it. Walmart gonna tell you to get the fuck out. You know what I mean? Well, Walmart, you know, it's the same concept.
I think people, if I was to play devil's advocate, I think the people argument would be, yeah, but no one is buying all the milk and selling it outside of Walmart for a higher value, right? So I think that was my gripe earlier, but I have came around because I remember in my videos I used to say the same thing. I was like, man, because I got jaded a few times by a reseller. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the person personally, really, but it was a situation though. And here's the thing, it was for selfish reasons. So that's the reason. So I had to sit back and realize you would have done exactly what he did given the opportunity. And if you don't think like that, and I know most people say that's not me, but until when you're involved with the shoes as long as we have, there is that fine line of, if I can buy 6 breads right now, Jordan 1 breads, I'm referring to that because that's one of my favorite shoes. I know they go for $350 plus. If I was in a situation to buy 6 pairs for retail, and I run to my local Jimmy Jazz, they had 6 pairs. I had the option to buy all 6. One, would I want to leave it? Because I know the next person that comes behind me would say, oh shit, they got 5 pairs? Let me get all 5. You know what I'm saying? Me being modest and look out for, you know, the culture, just me being general, but the next person won't. So it's like you get in where you can fit in. So that I looked at it from that point of view. So I start having the
and technically it's not like they're buying the shoes and taking it out of the culture. Yeah. Like the shoes are still in the culture. The problem is someone had to pay extra for it. Yeah. Now, again, like you said, you know, why isn't everyone going into Walmart and buying the milk? Yeah. My answer to that is because it's not popular. It's not the popular thing to do. Granted, let's say tomorrow, you know,
for some odd reason, cows start to go extinct.
Yeah, guys.
You know how much a gallon of milk is going to cost?
Crazy, bro.
Let's even hint back even more ridiculous. When Twinkies went out of business, you know how much it was costing to buy a box of fucking Twinkies on eBay? At one point in time, someone paid over $100
for Twinkies
to buy the same box that's in Walmart. Yeah, there was you would not believe me if I told you there was a Twinkie drought for a minute. Twinkie had gone out of business or something like that. They were either going out of business or changing names or something, and they stopped producing Twinkies. So now everyone is scavenging, and everyone is like, yo, they want Twinkies. People started paying $100 for Twinkie boxes. You know what I'm saying? Another prime example, All-Star Weekend here in Orlando. Mm-hmm. You know what that birthed? The whole printing on socks.
Really?
Yeah, bro. That was not happening before it happened here. You know why? Because one person went to the booth over there in front of Florida Mall, where I believe they were printing them for free. They were printing them for free based on if you bought the socks or something like that, you would get the free print. Someone took that print and went and put it on eBay, and someone paid $60 for that, $70 for that. So guess what that person did? He went back and got more socks.
And sold more.
All it needs to do is become popular. Once something becomes popular, it becomes profitable. Yeah, that's just plain and simple. Sneakers right now are at an all-time in popularity. Mm-hmm. It's the thing for everyone. And don't get me wrong, I like that. I've always wanted for it to shine like that. You know what I'm saying? I always thought it was weird that, you know, I have this fetish and I like shoes, and you know,
nobody else shares it.
I don't know if someone else shares that. Now we have the internet. The internet tells me, hey, he likes it. Hey, he likes it. I got this in common with him. I got this in common with him. I love the fact that this is probably one of the only things where me and a 15-year-old kid can talk business, can talk about shoes. And if his passion is in the right place, then we could have a full-blown conversation. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that be like, oh, well, you know, and it's their right to feel that way. There's some people that be like, well, I'm grown. I'm not going to sit there and talk to a 14-year-old or a 15-year-old. Mm-hmm. Well, guess what? He has the same hobby as you. You know what I'm saying? That's maybe he's profiting off of it. Maybe he's not. Regardless of the fact, he still likes shoes. Yeah. He still likes clothing. He still likes fashion. He still likes to be fly. Guess what? That was you a few years ago. You know what I'm saying? So I think the whole thing with it's popular now. And as long as it's popular, there's always going to be someone that tries to capitalize on it for money. If you don't do it, someone else will.
That's my point now. That's what's
simple. That's it. Yeah.
We the best kick said. Where was that comment at? It should disappear. But he said, "Yeah, let a hurricane hit. You'll see how quickly milk go up."
Yo, for real, I'm telling you, these prices will go up. Like, you know, if and it just depends on what it is. It's a fluctuation of product. The reason that things cost is because they're not as easily accessible. That's why people are willing to pay more money. And someone's always going to have more money. You know what I mean? Like, we could go through these comments and guess what? One guy has more money than the next. And then there's another guy in the comments that has more money than that guy.
Yeah.
So now, like, let's say right now, if they throw out a warning, yo, milk's going up. Well, guess what? There's a few people in here that's going to buy 20 gallons. There's a few people in here that are going to buy 15 gallons. Hey, you may only buy 10. I may only buy 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'll try to read some of these comments. That's good. Good points, man. I definitely appreciate it. I actually came around. Given the fact, like, I found myself reselling shoes because I had a shitload of Jordan 1s, like I told you, I purchased for the subscribers, and some of them then purchased. So I was like, all right. And then some people did hit me up, which was cool too. Like, hey, let me get the leftovers. But I had nothing in their size. But I sold them from at retail. Whatever I paid, they just pay shipping and handling. I didn't even pay people for gas or anything. You know what I mean? Like, charged. Like, I didn't try to make nothing off them. I just did for the love. But at this point in time, obviously, people not hitting me up like, yo, when you gonna do another sub pickup? I'm not opposed to it. But the way I look at it is, it gotta be profitable, right? I can't find myself walking to a place buying a Air Penny 4 for $89, where I know in probably 2 or 3 weeks it's going to drop to $69, probably 30 off. I can't go in there.
And the majority of your releases are going to drop in price.
Yeah, eventually.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's not selling out day 1 or day 2, if you go back 2 days after a shoe release and it's still in the mall, there's a problem. Those pairs are going to clearance. I do it all the time on my Snapchat. I show like shorts. Like Nike has these Tech Fleece shorts that are just they're all amazing. There's probably like 6 shorts. They all badass. And the thing that I'm most happy about is that they all in Foot Locker at the same time, and they're not selling. They on the rack because they like $100. Nobody wants to pay $100 for shorts, man. So they're gonna go to they're gonna go to the outlet store first, and at the outlet store they're gonna be $70, $69. Guess what? There's gonna be a host of people that don't want to buy it there either. Remember, I told you Nike caters to every single part of the stretch all the way down to the person that needs it on day one, to the person that's willing to wait a few months till it gets into the outlet, down to me who's willing to not fucking get it until it gets to clearance. And the majority of the time, the stuff that I want gets to clearance, and then I can get it. I could get it with a 30% off. I could get it with an MVP card, you know, and then on top of that, it changes your whole outlook and your whole aspect on it, because now, guess what? You paid 160, 170, 180. Guess what? You walking on eggshells. Me, I may not have paid as much. That's why I'm willing to go in the attic with black cement 3s. You know, it don't mean as much because I didn't have to shell out as much money.
So do you think there'll be a point where Nike will be like, yo, we see people are now striving, like majority of our sales are coming from the Nike outlet. Let's say for Jordan releases, right? Let's just hypothetically use that as an example. We know that, hey, Jordan 1, which is probably could be true, are purchased more at the outlets than the stores.
Yeah.
So one, do they shorten the stock because they could probably potentially make because they know they got the numbers, they can prove how much they can theoretically sell and make the high profit, versus making abundance and may not make as much but still have a medium margin, like you said, hit this person right behind the person from day one, like maybe the person that the first sale that goes on Foot Locker. There's people that buy those in abundance, and then then whoever's remaining, like you said, will get filtered through the outlet, and then there's, let's say, the majority of the sales happens. So do you think they know that and they're willing to short the stock in a sense to prevent that from happening? Do you think they care that these high-end products are being purchased in outlets, or are they getting the money regardless and they don't care?
So the only product, from what I've been told, the only product that is excluded from the clearance stores are any products that are in direct relation to OVO or Drake. Drake has a deal with where none of those things are supposed to be sold at the outlet. There have been a few things that have passed through, but you've got to be extremely lucky. Maybe you catch a t-shirt. My boy the other day caught a wristband, a OVO wristband. Anything else is up for grabs to go to the outlet. Now, the one thing that I've always said is that it's going to be scary when Nike realizes that it really doesn't need Foot Locker. It doesn't need Foot Locker. Like, Foot Locker needs them, plain and simple. Nike can really release all that. Nike can release that product themselves. They don't really need anyone else to release the product. Don't get me wrong. They need to stay in touch with the customer. And I think that's why mainly those products go to like Foot Locker and stuff like that. But in all honesty, Nike doesn't really need those people. Like, they can push that product themselves.
I think I mean to cut you off. I think the reason why Foot Locker exists because they need to have more competitive business. If they didn't, it would be like a monopoly, and they would be the only one that could sell their own product, right? Which is companies that could do that, like Apple. But you know, Apple's in Best Buy. They're also in multiple electronics stores. So similar to what Nike needs, they need other outlets that can sell their products, so there won't be a conglomerate that's only them that's selling the product. There will be no competitors. So yeah, well, really not competitors, because
as far as like limited stuff, like, you know, a lot of people, let's put it this way. The limited stuff is what, for me, draws like the excitement for people to go out and get product. You know what I'm saying? Because in all honesty, like, they really could just make enough pairs for everybody. But then again, if they made enough pairs for everybody, would everybody want them? No, they don't. You're living in a time where people are almost trying too hard to be different.
So
you know what I'm saying? People are overdoing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's true.
If everyone had it, then who would really want it? a lot of stuff people want because someone else may not have it. So
that's facts, man. That's.
I've always said if Nike really didn't care about limited product, then why not just create a pre-order system?
Yo, I thought about that.
If you know a shoe's gonna release, and you don't want to fall into that region where you're making an overabundance of product.
Yep.
So then anybody that likes Nike product, have them sign up for a Nike mailing list, and we'll email you when this shoe goes on pre-order. It'll be on pre-order for 2 weeks. You can order your product, and as soon as it's made, it'll be sent to you. And done deal. And we don't got to carry no extras in the store. Nope. We don't need no outlet store. We don't need no clearance. They don't really need anything. Nope. They really could just do everything off a pre-order basis.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But they don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, they still produce limited product, or they still produce an abundance of product. Why? Because they catch you every time. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I'm sure whatever they pay for the shoe, they're getting it regardless. They're getting it on release day. They're getting it when it goes to the outlet, and even when it goes to clearance, bro. Like, they're still making money.
Yeah, man. So then I counted the shoes at that release. I think I counted over 150 pairs. I'll say that much.
Oh, the Travis Scotts?
Yeah, with the pictures.
Yeah, that was over. Yeah, they're definitely, because everybody in line, I believe, got.
So let me conclude my story on that. So when I came back, there was 4 pairs left. And I you know how far the second outlet is, the International Drive one. So I was going for an hour, bro.
Yeah.
And when I called the lady on the jack, I was like, yo, I said, yo, you guys got any those Shadow 10s? She goes, let me check. She goes, what size? I said size 11.5, 12. She goes, it looks like it looks like we got them. I said, can you hold them? She goes, no, because it's kind of busy and how things is today is kind of hectic. I won't be able to hold anything. I'm like, all right, dang. Then she goes, wait a minute. Which shoe you said you wanted? I said, those Shadow 10s. She goes, oh, my bad. I was looking at the Westbrook's 10s. We got plenty of those. The Shadow 10s we don't have anymore of. I'm like, damn. So mind you, I'm about to hit the highway to jump on the road to go back home. So I was like, this is what I said. I'm glad I said this. So I said, well, if you don't got no more of those Shadow 10s, then you probably don't got more of those Travis Scotts. And she goes, nope. We got them. We got about 4 pairs. I was like, say no more, bro. Bend that left, bro. I was on, when you leave the Nike Outlet International Road before you get to Kirkman, make a right or left, go to Kirkman over I-4. I bend that left. I just took off, got there in 20 minutes, bro. Got there with 4 pairs left. I was like, yo, all shoes, yo. And she was wrong.
Shoes, the main one.
Yeah, the main one. Yeah. I'm thinking like, yo, if they don't got no Shadow 10s, they clearly got no Travis Scotts.
And that's dope, because at the end of the day, like, that was based on the managers kind of sticking to the rules. Yep. That was one day that I can't really complain. Like, the managers were on point, man. They held it down. They was bringing in people little by little. Everyone ate. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people got a few extra pairs because they brought extra people. Good for them. Yeah. There was no one that I think abused it. Like, there was nobody walking out with 20, 30, 40, 50 pairs. It wasn't like that. Like, literally, like, people had to bring people. One thing that I've never seen them do that they did, if you were under the age of 16, you were not allowed to purchase anything, and they were asking for ID. Really? Technically, it was a fucking Thursday. There was people out there with kids, and the cop was literally going up to parents like, yo, isn't he supposed to be in school?
Wow.
And you was seeing like parents like,
wow,
like, oh, shit, like, I'm getting called out. And it's like, yeah, you getting called out, bro, because technically your kids are supposed to be in school right now.
You can get in trouble for that now these days.
You could get in trouble for that, bro.
Yo, like, back in the days,
back in the days, I wanted to give it them, but nowadays, shit.
They'll be on social media like, oh, where you was at? Oh, look, you was at the beach. I see your child.
Oh, look at this parent. He has his kid camping out for shoes. That shit'll go hella viral, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Hella viral. You know what I mean? So,
yo, speaking of viral, there's one topic we didn't get discussed, man. We're talking about the Instagram posts, and I'm gonna say this kindly in all respect. Clearly you were not hating, but I did agree with you on every aspect of that video you made. You made a video addressing the post that was made on the outlet Hunter's Instagram. And I've seen this before, and you made some points where I have actually seen the exact point you're making. And I'll quickly address that so people understand what happened. So there was a post or Instagram handle called Outlet Hunter. reposted someone's image, and maybe it's somebody he knew, or maybe it doesn't matter at this point, but they repost an image of a picture of a shoe at a Nike clearance store of that day. And I'll let you take the rest of the story because I don't want to construe it. I don't want to misrepresent what happened, but I want you to elaborate on that, and then we'll just expound.
Yeah, so it was Instagram page, Outlet Hunter, over 100,000 followers.
Yeah.
Yo, much respect, like, because obviously that's not an easy task,
Nah.
especially if you're doing it organically. But so they posted a picture of the Travis Scotts, but they posted it at like 10 something in the afternoon. Meanwhile, the store opens at 9.
Yeah. Clear.
Granted, now I got your side of the story, which is you were able to score after the fact. What time do you think you scored?
One more time. What time?
What time do you think you scored your piss?
Took me an hour, so I left there. Let me see. I left there at 10. Oh, came back. I think I got about 11:30.
Okay, so 11:30. Granted, you know what I'm saying? Like, he put the information out at 10:30. Granted, he put the information out. Maybe a couple of people could have made it down there to get pairs. Maybe. My whole point was that the way he started off, he was like, "Oh, the plug let me know that there's Travis's at this location. Go." And I was just like, bro, the plug didn't let you know shit, bro, because if the plug let you know something, then he wouldn't let you know the shit 2 weeks ago. Like, the paper's been on the door 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Had you had this information earlier, you could have put this shit up way early and actually helped some of your subscribers get there in time to be in line to purchase. You know what I'm saying? Instead, you put up a picture. Granted, I didn't even know of his page. Like, it's not like I was lurking on his page. I didn't have nothing better to do. Somebody tagged me in the post and they said, "Yo, I know Zaya hit on this, just give him props." And it just so happened that when I went on, I noticed that he was saying go. And there's a ton of people in the comments like, "Yo, I'm about to drive from over here. I'm about to drive from over there. I'm about to, can someone get me this? Can someone get me that?" And I'm just like, "Yo, don't bother to come down now," because, bro, when he put the post up, the line was still wrapped around the building.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you setting yourself up for failure. More than likely, if you come down here, you might not be able to score a pair. No. You might have wasted that whole time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing was, if it was a situation where the plug hooked you up with info, the plug should have hooked you up with info 2 weeks.
Because that's how long it's been there.
He had 2 weeks to give you this info. He could have gave you this info last night, and at least people would have made it down at least to try to camp out.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying? So then after that, he went back and forth, and sometimes I get in the back and forth because, I feel like it's fun. I'm a debater. I like to debate.
Sure.
The problem is some people take it personal. You know what I'm saying? And again, when I debate, like, you got to be able to separate that. Let's argue fact.
Yep.
And if your fact is more legitimate than my fact, then I gotta submit. I'll submit. Yep. Cool. Yep. If you right, you right. And I just felt like the back and forth, it was becoming more personal than it was about.
That's where he's losing.
Yeah, it was becoming more personal than about the information. And you hating and you coming on here hating, and then I give it to him. Like, I'm gonna give him props. Like, he hurt my feelings.
He said
he hit me with the and this was funny because when he said this, I was like, "Yo, I feel like you know me more than I know myself."
Yeah.
He was like, "Well, technically, you've been on 8,000 followers on Instagram for 2 years." And I'm just like, "Damn, dog! Like, I didn't even really realize that like that, but you realize that. So how the hell you knew that? Have you been following me for 2 years? Like,
exactly."
And then after that, he was like, "Why don't you do yourself a favor and stop hating and go create some content?"
I saw that, and you replied to that.
And that's the part that like hit me because I was just like, "Yo, dog! Like, you're not creating content. All you're doing is reposting shit that people send you. So right now, I could really fuck your whole shit up if right now, as an anonymous source, I send you a picture of Dornbecker 3s. Let's say I take my Dornbecker 3s and I put them in a boxing because I could walk into clearance with my Dornbecker 3s. I could walk in with them on. I find me an empty Jordan box and I just put them shits on there. And I pull back a little bit and I just take a picture and I'd be like, "Yo, Jordan 3s. Guess what, Outlet Hunter? I'm only giving you the information. Jordan 3s at this store right now. What you gonna do? You gonna run with it? Did you call the store to verify?
Nope.
Do you know if it's someone that probably don't even like your page is giving you wrong information?" And then when I look, I'm actually responding to them, and I'm in my mind, I'm like, you know what? I ain't even gonna say nothing. I realized that 2 weeks ago, someone tagged me in a post on that very page.
I seen
and
that.
when I looked, he posted a picture of a bunch of outlet heat from a year ago.
Yep, I read the comments on that. Yep.
Yeah,
It's
and okay, granted,
talked about it.
Yeah, granted, you didn't say go.
Yeah,
but come on, bro. If
that's
you
old
put
news.
Orlando clearance, heat, little heat signs, little emoji heats, what you think people gonna think? People gonna think that that's there. People gonna run to the store. Respect people's time, bro.
Exactly.
It's already bad enough that we have. And no offense to Nike, because I love Nike products, so I'm never bashing Nike. We already got Nike, we got Foot Locker, we got all these stores that are already making us jump through hoops, and they're making us jump through hoops for the chance to pay. How crazy is that? Right now, we're jumping through hoops for the chance to pay for the product.
Yep.
It's not like if I jump through all these hoops that you make me jump through, I get the product free. No, I gotta jump through the hoops to give you my 190. Come on, bro. So we already got that going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, so my whole thing was, all right, if you want to talk about creating content, then cool. How about you verify that information? That would be you creating the content. You're getting a picture. Cool. Did you call the store? Did you verify?
You get pair numbers.
Why don't you have a notepad filled with all the outlets, the address, and the phone number? And when you go to post your picture, you could go real quick because you've already taken the time to establish all this. Oh, look, Kissimmee, Florida. This is the address. This is the phone number. Yo, right here. I want to let everyone know I didn't have a chance to verify, but can someone please call and let it be known in the comments?
Yeah.
Why don't you interact with your subscribers? You got 103,000 of them. Use it to your advantage. Work together. And build up something where there's reliable source of information, because unfortunately in this game there's not really a lot of reliable sources of information. No, because there's a lot of people that are in it for the money aspect. And when it's based on the money aspect, people are never going to give you 100% of the facts.
Everything's out.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Why you think you only found out about that the morning of? Why you think some other guy showed up to the line and is looking at everybody like, yo, you couldn't call me? Because not everyone is sharing that information. Granted, my whole thing is like, if you get out there and you get on the line, you've already established your position, then invite others to eat.
You got to secure yourself first. I agree.
And I try to hit up people. You know, sometimes I miss people. Sometimes people hit me up, be like, damn, you couldn't let me know. Could you imagine how many people are waiting for me? Another thing that don't wait for someone to tell you. Try to do as much research as you can. You know what I'm saying? And if Outlet Hunter is a page that you're relying on, then guess what? He should have given you that information 2 weeks ago, or within the 2 weeks sometime. You know, at least a little heads up so that you could go and be able to get to the store and be able to possibly
situate yourself. What if you worked that day? What, you know what I'm saying? What if you could have went in later that day? Because I hit somebody up who said, yo, Frank, I'm not gonna be able to make it. But he came back at the time he could, got in line and still got his pair. So he couldn't make it when I was there, but he made it afterwards. And he's not even, me and him not even like cool like that. And the fact he just followed me on Instagram and he always look out for me every so often. Never bought a pair of shoes from him. He never bought a pair from me. I never secure a pair for him or vice versa. But he's always looking out for your boy. Like for example, Finish Line, you know, dropping the purple ones. He know I want the purple ones. He sent me the code ahead of time. So I got to drive to Orlando tomorrow to put that in. You know what I'm saying? People look out for you that way. You know what I'm saying? So the least I could do, because he's always doing that for me, yo, I don't know if you knew about this. You'll go through. He's like, yo, I did it. You'll appreciate it. Guess what? He got a pair of Travis Scott's. Then had a way in line, came back at a later date. So it's all about, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, my time and placement was, I didn't tell him the day I found out. I give him the time. Like, I gotta make sure my situation's straight. When I told him it was
straight, bro. And I always give that to people. Like, I'll never, if you hit me up and say, yo, something's going on, and I get there and you before me, then I'm happy. Like, you're supposed to be before me. It's not supposed to be a scenario where you're supposed to feed me and then you don't eat. That doesn't make no sense.
Exactly. Nah.
Like, you know what ends up happening? Guess what? The next time he ain't gonna tell you shit.
Nah, you can't cook the food now, sir.
Yeah. Come on, bro. Like come on.
Yeah. Like, yo, you gotta save me.
The person that hunted down this food, he gotta eat first, bro. You gotta give him a plate first. And what the left overs, believe me, he gonna pass it around.
Yep.
But when you start putting your hand in, you want it first, like
that's greed.
Yeah, that's greedy. Now he may not want to mess with you after.
No. And I appreciate the fact that, I had people look out for me, man. And I was gonna get to another topic too. Let me know when you gotta go, man, because we could be on here for hours, bro.
I'm good, man.
All right. I told you earlier in the conversation, the podcast, that somebody from the Nike outlet, like, I'm proud of you in this situation too. I'm sure you probably in the same exact situation, if not better. There's people in the outlet who know of you, and look out for you. They know the type of dude, you don't come here, smash people, like, trying like cut, you're very, what they call, people like, very respect in the community, whatever community you will be in this case, outlet shopping, etc. They look out for people like you. You know what I mean? Like, yo, we got this, FYI. And then you deal with that information how you feel fit. Obviously, you don't want to compromise your source, but at the same time, you got your other people that you may want, you want to share that with, especially if it's a situation where multiple people can eat. My situation where I feel, well, I would say my situation, but I don't think people clearly understand the magnitude of sneakers and the event of rare sneakers like the Travis Scotts. It would be dope if I can go in there and buy 10 pairs. But then there's a downside. Then the 10 people behind me will be like, what the fuck? You sold this guy 10 pairs of shoes. And then at the same time, I only could buy 2 pairs. I can't buy 2 pairs of shoes and sell one to somebody else or sell the shoe for retail for somebody else. What if I want another pair of shoes I want to use for my second pair? So I'm saying that to say that a lot of people got this conception that we in the outlets a lot. That means shoes are more readily available for us. Therefore, we should have abundance to sell or give away.
No.
And we're not.
It doesn't work that way.
Correct. No. It's like you said. It's like it's almost like a situation where I could teach you how to fish. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if I catch a fish for you, then you know what's in the waters. Now it's up to you to go there.
Or at least I could teach you how to fish. But I'm not saying that when you row your boat out there and you go to throw that doesn't mean you're gonna catch fish.
Yeah.
I can show you how, but it doesn't mean you're gonna catch the fish.
Nor are you in a position to catch fish for that person every single time.
You're definitely gonna have to spend a lot of time out on the lake,
bro. You do,
and you'll have to get your finesse and your way of fishing.
You have to, bro. Like,
because that's all that's gonna happen. Like, again, I can't tell you tomorrow that there's gonna be something there, but if I get there and there's something there, as soon as I grab my 2 pairs, I'll let someone know.
Yep, you have to, bro.
And another thing that I do, like, because I got friends that are, like per se, like, let's say you're not exactly close. You know what I'm saying? I got friends that are, further up in Florida, even people in Tampa. If I walk in, you got to remember, locally, there's quite a few resellers locally to that clearance store. If I walk in there and there's 5 pairs of Heat, and I buy 2,
that's it.
More than likely, I'm not going to hit someone up that's an hour away, an hour and a half away. Mainly, not because I don't like you, but mainly because, again, I respect people's time.
Yeah.
Even if you mad at me and you like, damn, bro, like, you should have told me, I'm not gonna entice you to now drive an hour and a half, 2 hours. You probably speeding because you want to get down here to get a pair. And I'm already setting you up for failure because I already see the other resellers walking in the door. They're going to take it, bro. Yeah, they're going to take it. It's not going to sit on the shelf.
No, I don't. That's the thing I don't get. And I battle this with my subscribers because I don't think they understand the tactics behind this. You know what I mean?
There's tactics.
The fact that we see it, we're already too late. We don't know who other people saw it.
By the time either one of us is seeing it, there's already other people that we have to fight to get it. And I'm not talking fight like physically, but like there's people in there, bro.
There's tactics, bro. Like employees could be like, yo, they may got somebody on.
And then you got to remember, employees want too, bro. Like employees want.
They'll hold back stock, bro.
Yeah, there's a little sort of culture that already exists there. Yeah. So if you're coming from the outside, you're gonna have to put in work.
Dude, man, you have to.
And if you don't live locally or you don't have the time on your hands to be in that store like that, it's not going to work.
Nah.
Now, don't get me wrong. There's days that you'll just walk in there and you'll find stuff. Obviously, you've had a good, you've had a good run.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's not saying that there ain't going to be stuff in there, but you can't just walk in and think that there's going to be Travis Scott's in there every day. It's not. No. It's not. Clearance is definitely the store. You know what? If you want an extra pair of Air Forces, maybe you've seen a pair of Air Forces that
They're retailed at 90. You didn't really want to pay that. Now, guess what? They $49.99 with a 30% off.
Boom,
Wow,
boom.
you'll find a bunch of colorways. You know, you'll find a bunch of colorways in different model shoes. You might see some Jordans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't know what it is with the clearance store. I've actually been able to verify this information since I did my video, but the managers dictate the prices.
That's true.
So
That's
again,
true.
if Travis Scott's, okay, I understand it's a heavy sought after shoe and you got all these people. Technically, the Travis Scott's ain't supposed to be no damn retail, all right? Because that's not I don't want to say that's not no retail store, but that's not a retail price store. Like the shoes in there are not supposed to be retail price because there's a reason they're in clearance, because they've made it down remember that little what you call it? The little pyramid of customers. That product has made it all through all those levels. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason that it's in clearance. So it shouldn't be priced that high. But I've heard that the managers, you know, if they get a shoe that comes in, they could send corporate an email and say, hey, you know, Travis Scott came in, you know, you guys got them priced at $89.99, but we think that if we jack it up back to the 190, people are going to buy it anyway. Of course, Nike's going to say yeah. Why would Nike say no? Why would Nike say no?
I think they already know that, though. I think they know that with the tent, whoever sending the pairs, whatever is coming from another mom and pop or a Foot Locker, I think they're coming. Like I said, Nike knows everybody's pockets and what margins. They know if a shoe sit this
and
long,
Nike knows what you're willing to pay for it. But then, you know, at the same time, when you look at it, why did they price the Travis Scotts at retail and not the Win Like 96s? Why weren't the Gatorade 6s at retail?
But then why would the International 3s at retail too? So it's like,
you know what I'm saying? It's up and down. That's why to me, it's just like, that's
right.
one of those.
It could be them,
on, bro. Like, and the
market.
International 3s, bro, that shit needed to be $99, bro.
It should be like
$99, bro. Everyone would have paid $100. You would have had all those people in line that didn't get Travis Scott's. That would have been the next consolation prize. Yep. But now, guess what? So now I'm pretty sure all those pairs are still there at the 190 because they haven't lowered the price. Yep. Now they're ripping the box tops off. So now a shoe that wasn't selling for 190 is definitely not going to sell for 190 now with the box top ripped. Nope. You know, now they're sitting on the shelves. Now they're getting dirty. People are trying them on. That's a white shoe. It's a white bottom. They're fucking it up. You're just messing up the product, man. Yeah. Like sometimes the managers, I don't feel like they're strategic enough. They don't know the shoes enough to be like, you know, like let's say per se, I'm a manager. I go in there. All right, cool. Guess what? You know, the Win Like 96s, you know, all right, it ain't going to be 120, but it won't be retail. Go halfway down. Yeah. But the 3s, price that shit at $99. Get all those fucking pairs out of here because they're just going to sit here. They're just going to take up space on the shelves. The Travis, cool. It sold at the 190. Granted, it was going to sell at the 190 with all those people out there.
Got it.
But not those 3s. Come on, bro. That pile of 3s did not move. I want to point out the picture you seen earlier on here, the pile of 3s, that shit is still the same like that it was that day.
Even the Michigans, they had a slew of Michigans. So they moved, but there was still some when I got back there. So around
exactly,
30.
Yeah. But those 3s have already been on the shelves for like the last 2-3 weeks.
They were.
Before that day.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So now you got them at box. You got the boxes. They got the paper. Take advantage, man. Lower the price. Get rid of the
had the audience. Like you said, sometimes they want to lure them in the store to buy more. You had the audience.
This is the perfect time. If you're going to lure all those people like that, just keep it going, bro. Make it an all-day thing.
Yeah, that's a good strategy. You had a good point.
Keep pumping. Yeah, keep pumping. You would have got all that shit out of there. Or even make it to where, you know, like maybe you do a promotion where you could get the shoes for $99 if you purchase a t-shirt. I'll purchase a Nike shirt, bro. The Nike shirt's $13.99. I will gladly purchase a Nike shirt if it's gonna get me a discount on a pair of shoes.
Bro, good points, bro. Yeah, man. They could have done a lot better than what they did, bro.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the thing is like Nike could have a model set for what the stores are supposed to do, but then once you get the managers in there, they're gonna do what they want to do.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna control the store, and if you get a manager that's on a power trip, then you're fucked.
Yeah. Too much ego involved, man. That's a good point, man. That's a damn good point.
It is what it is, man. It's a gift and a curse, man. It's a up and a down. It's a bad. It's a good. It's a yin. It's a yang. That's how that story is, man. It has its days. It's good. It has its days. It's bad.
Yeah,
you gotta be willing to deal with it. So
yeah, I definitely I definitely appreciate your insights on this
Of
Nike
course,
outlet,
man.
man.
Anytime.
Yeah, this is definitely a gem, man. Like, I don't know how long this podcast is. Probably going on 2 hours, man. But if you
Yeah.
guys are still here, man, it's worth every bit of it. Listen all the way through, because there's a lot of knowledge that, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't aware. Oh, I was going to mention one thing too, and let me know if you're aware of this, and you can elaborate on this. I was told the last two numbers, if it's a 97, so if a shoe is like 99, 97, that shoe is prone to be marked down before another shoe that's 69, 99. So anything that ends with 99, don't get marked down unless they hit the hash wall. And if it's a 97, they will get marked down in the aisles. This come from a Nike employee. I could be wrong how he explained it to me, but he it was consistent what he told me what I should do.
I never heard of that. Yeah, I never heard of that.
Yeah, it was
although like, you know, there's got to be some sort of science to it.
Yeah,
I've seen many times that a manager will come out and he'll have a list of certain shoes, and he already knows what shoes he's looking for. So it's not like he's like comparing it to like the list. Like a lot of times they'll be looking at the list and they'll just go down the rack and they'll just put a sticker on it, and they know which one to put a sticker on it. So I'm pretty sure maybe it does have to do with like the 99 and the 97. Maybe he's looking for a certain number and he already knows that he has to put a sticker on it.
Yeah. So if you get a chance, test that theory.
I'll look into that.
I got a pair of shoes off that same theory. There was some Westbrook's ones I wanted just for the collection. It was I don't think I still got them. I probably got rid of them a long time ago. I just don't got a box to sell them with. Yeah. But I bought him. He's like, yo, it was hitting for 100. He said, yo, chill. And then they marked it down to a random number, 97. And he said, yo, in a week, they're gonna change the price again. It's gonna get marked down with 20%. And sure enough, it got marked down again. And I was able to cop him for like $47. And his theory was right. I was like, oh shit, I didn't know. He explained to me. I probably got the message in here, so I'll just
one thing that I know that definitely has come back, and they usually have it, is it's called extreme markdown. So for the people that are like size 15, 16, 17, 18, and I know it sounds crazy. There's going to be people, what, size 18? Yes, there's people that exist that are size 18. Those people, like, clearance is like the perfect opportunity to come up on a shoe here, a shoe there. You know, I'm not saying that you're going to get everything, because, again, you size 15, 16, 17, and 18. But a lot of those shoes be in this store, and they don't be touching them, bro. There'd be a lot of J's that just be in there, those big ass sizes. And a lot of them will go extreme markdown where they'll be like $69, $79. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely something to look for, the Bigfoot people. There's definitely the time.
I actually came up on, based off of that, those blue ones I told you about, those Air Jordan 1 blues. Yeah. That same store, the clearance store, they had two different prices, but I didn't know this at the time though. One was oversized and then one was regular size, like 12 and under. And the one was oversized was like a size 13 or 14. They wanted like $50 for it. Then my size was like $69 or $70. And I was like, yo, it's two different sizes. And I guess somebody was there that didn't know probably much, because I didn't know that that was normal. Different sizes is going to be marked. Like you said, I guess they call it extended sizes is what they call it.
Yeah, extended sizes.
They're going to be a lot less than somebody with a average size foot, like 11 and a half, 12, 13.
Yeah, definitely.
So I made that argument, and it's like, yeah, go ahead and give it to them. So that's how I was able to get it for so cheap, because they honor me the extended size pricing, which that's apparently they shouldn't. So see if I could try and find that guy's text. Maybe he did. Maybe he told me in person then, because I don't see the details here. But man, I've been pretty much almost every Nike outlet, yo. As this become more of a passion, man. Like I see it in you too as well. You know what I'm saying? Like there's something that you do, that you know what you're talking about, that you live. My goal at this moment is like I'm gonna try to conquer every Nike outlet in the state of Florida. I think I'm halfway there. I think I'm at 7%. I went all the way from Miami. I went to Gainesville, to St. Augustine, Daytona. Daytona's trash, by the way. I went there twice and I've never been back. Orlando, obviously. Tampa, obviously. There's a few more, maybe. Even Niceville. I'm not even sure if you heard of Niceville. Niceville towards the Panhandles, bro. I went in there. I actually ordered.
I'm trying to catch every Nike outlet along I-95. I was thinking about doing that, because I gotta drive up to New York like in the next few weeks.
Okay.
And something was telling me, damn, I should vlog my trip and I should just hit all the clearance stores.
That's why they want
set myself like maybe like a goal to get something from each store. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Try to find something good in each store.
That's dope.
Yeah. So we'll see how it turns out.
Yeah. You ever been to an employee store?
Nah, never, man. I wish.
I'm supposed to go.
Nice.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna take the drive. It's like 11-hour drive to Memphis. He's probably watching this now. He told me that he told me that they got the, well, I don't know if you follow it, but they got the, the 13s got canceled.
Yeah.
But it had him in his store though. He said they had him in the employee store. So and obviously it was an employee store. So it's not only you getting a shoe that wasn't released, but you're getting it for discount.
Yeah, you're getting it for discount.
So,
that's crazy.
if you're still watching this, man, I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna give you the dates. He wants something from Orlando. He wants some like pennies or something. So I told him I'll scoop it for him. Take it to him.
Oh yeah, there's definitely pennies in the outlet.
Yeah. But I definitely want to visit that. I really want to go to Oregon. That was my goal. That was my goal for this year, to make it to Oregon. But or maybe it was last year. I think it was last year. My wife got pregnant, so we couldn't do that. So the closest employee store would be Memphis. So that's where I'm gonna be going this year. So hopefully, you going to SneakerCon in Atlanta?
When is that? Is that coming up?
October 20th.
I'll probably go there. Yeah, I'll probably go.
Supposed to be in the building. I gotta play another YouTuber one-on-one basketball, so I gotta do that. So I'll be in building for that. But I'm trying to see if I can make the trip during that time, because like if I'm gonna drive to Atlanta, which is 6 hours away, what's another 5 hours to Memphis? You feel me? So
yeah, do that and then just probably circle back.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably do it the same weekend.
Yep. I could probably get away with this. So probably do, converse with, the YouTubers and whatnot. Ain't really much at SneakerCon that I'm gonna get,
Yeah.
So
that's dope.
It's been real. Unless you got any more things to say, man. Any ideas, any thoughts?
Nah, I'm pretty straight, man. Have fun. Thank you. I appreciate you for having me.
Nah, man. I appreciate you, man. So if y'all don't know, I reached out to Zay on the whim after I watched this video, and I was like, yo, let me hit this cat up. Doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
You don't know me, no different. Like, this is the first time we actually met and have a conversation. And off the strength of, I'm saying, like, yo, yeah, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't care how big my channel was. He didn't care if I had a channel. He was like, yo, I want to do it. And we scheduled a time and it happened, man. So I really appreciate the fact that you give me the opportunity to have you on the channel, even though we want to start making videos. I see a lot of people in the chat, yo, they want to see your videos.
Yeah, I gotta get back into a routine.
Yeah,
it's I'll have it out.
That's what's up, man. Anything you want to plug? Because I'm gonna link all your information down below.
No, man. Zayax0712 on all social media platforms. Obviously my YouTube page. Hit me up on there, and that's it, man. Until the next cop, man. Yeah. Everybody stay up, stay fresh, man. All
right, that's what's up, man. All right, guys, man. You already know my outro. I'm so tired right now. I don't even know what it is. What's my outro, y'all? If y'all new to this channel, you like what you just saw, especially this podcast. This is the second podcast. Is in the books. It's a wrap. We had the guest Zay in. Appreciate him. Salute to him. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, that notification bell if you like content like this. Maybe I get more people on the channel to do this one-on-one videos or podcast rather. Everybody else, man, keep leaving your comments down below, which I apologize if I didn't get to. I'll still address them. You know how I do. I'll go in the comments afterwards and reply to you guys.
Yeah, and I'll definitely swing through the comments. Any comments that was left for me, I'll definitely try to get to them, leave an answer.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it, man. You already know my slogan. Good to go.